Yay, we're live and on time, but no music.
That's always something.
That's a sign.
Introduction out of Cool and the gang. A bunch of UK boys, Star Wars, Lego fans. We got Whittakee clean with his alternating boxer boys. Then the stop motion maestro Slurpy makes some noises. Englishman, Irishman, and Welshman walking through a bar. Skip the beers, dance too. We only want that galaxy far. So settle in, grab a cup of tea, relax and unwind. Cool and the gang got the stream that's gonna ease your mind. Cool on, would like to welcome on to a cool hangout where we can chat and talk. Like to welcome on to a cool hangout where we can chat and talk.
We'll have to try and perform that at Brickworld, perhaps.
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna try and give you reasons to go, not to go. Okay, everybody. Welcome to Cool Hang Luke, episode 7. Wow, 7. Last week we had just the boys, but we're back with a special guest. So we'll introduce our special guest just in a sec. But first, I just wanted to welcome you all to the stream. Thanks a lot for coming on in. And my co-hosts join with me as usual, Whittakee, aka Martin, and Slurpy, aka Matthew. Wow, we're all three of us are M's. I just realised. All three of our real names begin with M. So, so before we start, guys, I put something in the comments which I'd like you to try and get involved in. So I know, Muttley, I can see you there. We need to know what or start thinking about it at least, because obviously we'll be chatting about it later. Lego IPs or licenses. And if you don't know the difference, an IP is something that Lego owns, i.e. City, Pirates, whatever. And a license is Star Wars, Harry Potter. So what would you like to see return? So obviously something that's been retired or doesn't exist anymore. What would you like to see binned off that currently exists and you don't want to see anymore? And what would you like to see made, like a license that hasn't been made before? So have a little think about that, guys. And obviously we'll get the chat involved in that. So, so welcome, Fit Lego Guy. So I guess before anything else, Josh, do you mind us calling you Josh, or do you want us to call you Fit Lego Guy every time?
Josh is just fine with me.
Right. So Josh, what's your name and where do you come from?
It's like blind date.
That's why I do.
I mean, so I've been living in Utah for 5.5 years. I grew up in Vermont for the first 26 years, something like that.
Oh, wow, that's a bit of a distance.
Yes, and so I pretty much in 2019 pretty much hopped on a plane and decided Utah.
Really?
Yeah. Like every few years I have to do some kind of crazy adventure, and so that was the year. Like 2 years before that, I traveled to LA all by myself.
Wow. So we were just talking in the green room for the viewers. We were talking in the green room briefly about time. What do you call them? Sort of time zones. That's the word. Within the US. So you've practically go from one end of the country to the other in that move.
Yeah.
So wow, from Vermont. Crazy. I mean, I've heard of people relocating before, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Yes, it is. Like most people, probably within a state or two, not like across the country.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
See, I need to break out a map to see where that's at, though. Like, I have no. For me, it's just California on the west and New York on the east. That's it.
So it's right next to New York.
Yeah, Vermont is like northeast-ish of New York, and it's kind of northeast hemisphere of America. So you got like, what is it? Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine.
Yeah.
Up in that sort of top corner.
Yeah.
And then you've gone to Utah, which is sort of above Arizona, isn't it?
Yes. Right
Above Arizona.
That is a stretch, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little over. I can't remember exactly mileage wise, but it's over 2,000.
And what did you say the reason for that was? You just fancied the change?
Well, so I came out here in April of 2019 for a fitness expo, and I don't remember exactly how it all. I think when I came out here for that, I already had the idea that I was going to be moving out here. But I came out here for that, and then went back, and 3-4 months later, I was packed the bags and got on a plane and moved out.
Wow. So,
No
so
regrets,
you mentioned.
no. None.
Thank you. So you mentioned a fitness expo.
Yeah.
And
Camp. That's what it was. It was a camp with a friend out here.
so, like, obviously, your name is Fit Lego Guy. So, do you want to do a quick plug of your YouTube channel, what you cover, that kind of thing?
Yeah. So I'm Fit Lego Guy, and I cover mostly Lego Star Wars, but I cover other IP Lego license and reviews, news, and sometimes just some fun topics that I like to talk about.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And would you say your forte is sort of live? Because I mean, this is just going by what I've been seeing recently. So you do live builds.
I do live. I try for every week. It doesn't always happen, but that's the one thing that I'm really able to be consistent with more than anything else is just going live once a week.
Yeah.
But then I try to sprinkle in some other videos throughout the week. Right now, I'm working on a video all about some Lord of the Rings sets that I think that Lego should make.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, and that's good, like a hot topic of discussion as well at the moment, isn't it? Because so going back to the fitness thing, so obviously your name is Fit Lego Guy. Now in the UK, if someone calls themselves fit, it can mean one of two things. It can mean you're physically fit, or it can mean you're like really sort of good looking.
Yeah.
So if you come to the UK and you say fit, then most people would say, not to say that you're not a good looking guy. You know, I think you're not, handsome. You haven't got the face for radio like me. So, but I'm guessing it is based around sort of fitness. So
yes, that is kind of, well, that was the idea for it. I think with the name, at least, how it kind of has come together isn't necessarily what the full idea of it was. There's been a lot less, or pretty much none, fitness related, and just all Lego.
Well, when I first heard of your account and I saw Fit Lego Guy, obviously seeing that you were from the US, I just assumed you were going to be like, I don't know, building Lego like in the gym, or like doing
that would be really unique.
Doing press ups while building Lego. Yeah,
there we go.
That kind of thing. But
having a bench press machine while we're live building Lego there. There we go.
But in all seriousness, do you consider yourself like a fitness kind of expert or semi-expert?
Yeah, I started to go through actually to get a certification to become a personal trainer, and I gave up on that, but that was a path that I was going down at one point in time. So at one point, I'm a little out of the loop, but I was somewhat of an expert at some point.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing with that kind of thing, physical education and sort of fitness, is it doesn't really outdate.
Yeah.
You still have the same bones and stuff in your body, so.
Yeah, like there's changes and new thoughts and science behind it, but most of the information kind of stays the same. Good.
Well, you know where to go, guys, if you're ever needing any sort of lifestyle or fitness tips. Fit Lego Guy is your guy. And also, if you like watching Lego being built live stream, and I mentioned this to Josh before we came on, is that I've watched his streams, and I always spend a little bit of time trying to do a bit of research on our guests prior. And I've watched a couple of the streams back, and I have caught your lives in the past. Obviously, because of the time difference, it tends to be sort of when I'm on the way to or from somewhere, so I don't get a chance to kind of hunker down and watch it. But I have watched, an extensive amount, I like to think. But I was just saying how I can really admire the way that you can sort of, juggle the chat and sort of keeping it entertaining and, building a Lego set as well. Because I think for me, I would have to focus on one or t'other.
Yeah, like sometimes like live stream Lego builds can be naff. Like they can be really boring. Like, and I think it is like a skill to enjoy what you're doing, like building it, and also, kind of talking to the chat as well. Like,
I find when I'm building Lego, I have to have nothing else going on. I can't even listen to music. I've watched things, but there'll always be something I've seen before, because otherwise I won't follow the story, or I'll find myself just like this with the Lego in my hand. And I'll be like, well, like an hour's gone by, I still haven't built anything, kind of thing. So I guess it's just the brain, the way your brain works. So
I normally have music when I build.
Yeah, music, I guess. But even that, sometimes I could find myself being like, ba 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 ba. Wait,
you start building sets in rhythm and stuff like that. Blast beating it.
But guys, have you got any questions?
Well, for half joking on, but you're not sponsored. I've seen like the Gymshark. You're not sponsored by Gymshark or anything. No.
Yeah, I've seen that. It took me a while to realize you were the same person, because I think when I'd started watching your videos, you had like the longer hair, glasses, and the goatee.
Yeah.
And in the pictures is always of you kind of like,
this
picture like this. And you got short hair. I'm not sure whether you got a goatee. I don't even think you're wearing the glasses. And it's like, is that the same? It's the same person.
Yeah.
But so I like the fact that when you sent me a picture to put on the thumbnail, it was the same picture, but like an updated version. So this is you, like, I don't know, whatever.
This is a good time to update these.
Yeah. And did you like how I put your sort of, because your aesthetic is the yellow and the turquoise block. So I kind of put that behind you purposely so that you were kind of still in that block. I spend time. If you want to be a guest on the Cool Hang Luke show, I will dedicate some time. I don't take it like
treated well.
Yeah, you get treated well. Well, I like to think so anyway, but I do, it isn't just, for laughs. I take it seriously, but yeah, I did my homework this time. So anyway, let's address some of the comments. Man, did you have any questions for Josh?
No, sorry.
No,
all good.
But so
some might come, but just can't think of any at the moment.
We're going to quickly segue, because the last time we had a panel birthday, we missed it, and I was really sorry. And although we have missed this one effectively, but I didn't forget about it this time. Martin turned. I'm not going to say the age unless you're happy to say it, but
I don't mind.
So was it 56?
Yeah.
56 on Saturday. So it would have been the 11th, 12th? 11th.
12th October.
Yeah, I don't know what day it is today. It's 14th, isn't it? Yeah. So just happy birthdays in the chat. I know there's only a few of you here, but happy birthdays in the chat for Martin. Many happy returns. Pemblith hapus, as we would say in Wales. So yeah.
And I'll tell you what. Guess who said happy birthday to me on YouTube? Because it's his birthday. It's his birthday as well. He was born on the 12th October 1968.
68.
Yeah.
Who?
Mr. Hugh Jackman.
Never.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking like someone in the Lego community.
That's for mine. I'm like the only ones that were coming to mind were, I think it's the 8 Fool podcast. They're a little bit of the older like Lego community that have been around for a while.
Yeah.
I'm older than them, I think.
I think you might be.
So how did you manage that?
Oh, I've sort of been sort of following him anyway and stuff, but also is it Alexander Skargard as well. Yeah, he wished me happy birthday. So
Hey,
Really?
yeah.
hey.
Oh no, he got one of his children bought one.
No.
Of his...
It's not one.
Not
Of
a
my,
cameo,
no.
no.
No, I'm not joking. Seriously, I wouldn't bring it up.
Well, we need evidence now, eh? Because
This is like. Did you?
see, I'd have
did
been
you work
sharing
with
that
them?
to YouTube. Was it like just a text?
Yeah.
So they didn't pop around your house and.
No. But obviously, me and Hugh were twins separated at birth. You know.
I was gonna say.
Best, he's had a hard life.
Resemblance uncanny.
Yeah.
So 68. So it's the same. So it's literally the same birthday and year as you.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, wow. Yeah, well, it just goes to show what Hollywood does for you, though, mate, doesn't it? What millions do for you.
That doesn't explain how.
And a lot of hard training.
Wish you happy birthday, though. I still want to know.
Yes, Slurpy's pickling there. He's like,
what sort of blackmail is there going on here? Where it's like, you better wish
there's something
me a
going
happy
on. Look
birthday,
at his
or-
face. He's struggling to keep a straight face.
No, I'm not. I'm just happy.
Oh, well, fair enough. Hey, fair enough, mate. Well, happy birthday. And I've never had anybody famous wish me happy birthday. So yeah, well done. Ah, balls tipped it everywhere. Guys, how am I going to do this? Let me just show you something, right? Now, my fiance Kirsty, shout out to Kirsty, decided she wanted to do like wanted me to have a subcategory type thing or whatever, sub theme throughout these streams. So where I have a different crazy snack or a different snack of some kind whilst on the stream. So I think it was like 4 episodes in before I decided to do it. And then like the episode after, she was asleep when I started the stream, so we missed it. So it hasn't really gone very well, but I'm going to try, and hopefully it doesn't mess up my audio. So hold tight a second in case it balls up the audio. I'm going to try and video what she's just brought me. Not video, sorry. I'm going to add myself as an extra camera. Just make sure the audio is off. All right.
Evening Note 10. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm not really sure how do I flip the camera once it's on? Can I flip the camera? Oh, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Ready? Let me full screen it. Nope. Hold on.
There you go.
Good to see that.
Maybe alien jelly man, or no, it's skeletons.
Green cookies.
Oh, okay.
There you got the cat and mouse that I got.
Yeah, that's actually hers. She's brought me a pot of tea.
Halloween snacks.
What?
I got that, and then some goodies.
All right.
That's the keeper.
What kind of tea are we talking about here? It better be Yorkshire. No.
Yeah, I know you were gonna latch onto that, mate, because I know you're a tea fan. We've never addressed the fact that you're a tea fan, so I don't actually know what this is. But I subscribe, or at least we did for a short time. I'm not sure. I think we were so backed up that we went back. But I subscribed to a tea, herbal tea type company, and it's called Bird and Blend. Have you heard of them?
May have, but I'm going to reserve all comments. But herbal tea. No.
Yeah, well, I don't.
No,
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of caffeine, and
fair
I'm allergic to milk, so I can't have real. Well, I've tried black tea. Black teas without milk are awful. So yeah, so I've just started drinking tea, and more so since I stopped drinking, I started getting into teas, and we subscribe. And it's just like there's one called Enchanted Narnia, right? And some of you guys might get the reference, but it's Turkish Delight.
Yes.
Right.
So did you get the Anybody get the reference, Enchanted Narnia?
Yeah.
So the lad in there obviously is a big Turkish Delight fan. So but yeah, there's all sorts. We've got one downstairs. It's called what's that? Biscoff. It's a Biscoff flavored one. We've got mint chocolate chip.
Deadly.
There's loads of different flavors.
Biscoff's lovely though.
Yeah, I mean the teas are, they get what I find with them though. The first couple of sips, you're like, wow, the flavors, but then I think you just kind of get used to it. So by the last, it just tastes like just any other tea. So ginger nut biscuit tea, right? That's the one we've had. So there's my fiance chiming in. It's actually ginger nut biscuit tea. So there you go, guys. Which is apt considering I'm a ginger. So anyway, we'll just refer to these comments that we've missed. Segway City. So happy birthday, Martin. That's from Oaktown Bricks. Oaktown in the house. Thanks very much, mate. The hot seat is reserved for you, mate. Episode 9. He's going to be strolling on in as our special guest.
Hell yeah.
But and then even my fiance has wished you happy birthday.
Yeah, I did acknowledge and say thank you.
Yeah, I didn't realise that was her.
Yeah.
Wearing shades indoors just doesn't work. So Lord of the Rings needs normal sets released again. Not limited.
I would second that.
Yeah. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't buy them just because I'm a Star Wars only guy, and I know Muttley is pretty much the same, but I think he might change. Muttley, would you change from being just a Star Wars guy? Let us know in the chat, mate, if they did bring out these sets, or is that just your general opinion?
Sorry.
I'd like to see Star Wars be the great license it once was. Quality is not the same level as it was. I'm not sure whether I agree with that. Do we agree with this, guys?
I mean,
I want the rank. I'm going to be doing it a couple of years, so
I'm kind of, for me anyway. Like I feel like there should be more play sets, but I do like the quality around it now.
Well, just using the example that Martin just brought up, the pod race. That pod race diorama, we've never had anything like that before, and I think that is like, we complain this Lego are doing the same, well, particularly for Star Wars, doing the same things over and over again, rinse and repeat. Yeah. They do something completely different with this diorama. I think it's a win. I mean, I'd like to have another set of that for like play scale.
I have to say, it's a lot better built in hand than what the pictures.
I think so far, I think it looks like,
and I enjoy the build as well, actually. So I know they turn around and say it's 2 poly bags, with a brick or whatever, but no, there's quite a bit of detail goes into the Sebulba's one, so you wouldn't get that in a poly bag.
Yeah.
No, see, I was kind of mixed on it because
but it is still overpriced. Definitely needs to do a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But then I think my kids got it for something like 50 quid, I think, something like that. So.
I was just so put off by the Death Star trench run, because that initial we have had, was it the Dagobah training, and I have the Overwhelm the Trash Compactor.
Yeah.
And I was like, for some reason the Death Star trench run just wasn't hitting it right, and I was like, it didn't look. I didn't like.
I liked it because it was different. I liked it because it was different. Mm-hmm. And now that they go quite well actually together now, because obviously they're both sort of micro scale or mini scale, whatever you want to call it. But even if they are, like I said, with what I've done with that one, they should have still added a figure, like the helmets. Mm-hmm. In fact, like anything, like the midi scale ones, they should have a figure as well, So.
Yeah. Oh, the ships, yeah. What I thought they were going to do with the dioramas, and I think they've kind of done, is have like a sub-theme within the diorama. So you've got the trench run and the Mos Espa pod race are kind of like, ships, scale, really scaled down. And then you've got Dagobah, which is, like a home, if you like. So I could see them doing like Obi-Wan, do things like that. And then you've got battle scenes. Who's singing?
Oh, that might have been my dad singing there.
I didn't hear.
I was about to say, whose girlfriend is singing in the shower?
No, my brother came in to take my cup for more tea, and then just you could hear my dad. I think it was my dad singing.
Oh, fair play. But yeah, no, I felt like they were going to go along that vibe of having that. So it was. I lost track now, but where you have like a kind of a battle scene, a building, micro scale, if you like, or sort of diorama, and a sort of flight scene, that kind of thing. But I haven't seen not a single one of those dioramas I thought has been bad at all. But
yeah, I think they've been really good. Like some of them that don't have mini figures, definitely. I mean, you can never go wrong with throwing a mini figure in a set. I think.
No, you're right.
I will say the trash compactor is, out of all the sort of dioramas, that one is definitely kind of a sort of a play set as well. You see kids really like playing with that and crushing them.
I think we like sometimes talk about like there's like, Josh, we don't have the luxury in the UK of having Target sales and Asda sales. Like we do not have that. Like we're lucky to find £10 off at Argos, but for some reason the dioramas are one of the few sets that you can count on being discounted. I think I only have the trash compactor and Dagobah, and I think I got them for 30 to 40% off, and I was like, I can't let that slide. And I do want the Emperor's Throne Room, and I'm still waiting on that to be like. And I don't know, I just feel like those all complement each other.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I think. Sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
Oh, it's all good. There's like 3 sets I'm currently waiting on. Is recently on Amazon, one of I think it was the E-Wing went down to 75. And I was waiting for some refunds to come through on my gift card, and by the time they came through, the sale went off. So I missed.
That always happens.
Back up to 90. Like maybe it'll go back down before it actually retires. I'm hoping.
I notice there's a lot of sales are like at the end of the month, and you think, right, I'll wait till I get paid. The day you get paid, it goes up. It goes back up every month.
Anytime.
Okay, so look, without sidetracking too much, I had a complete Lord of the Rings collection and some of the Hobbit sets, but I sold everything to be all in with Star Wars. Yeah, I remember I saw that, I think, in the UK boys chat. So yeah, that's crazy to think. I mean, it was never a completely fleshed out license anyway, was it? They kind of did things.
It was unfortunately, it was only 2 years, and I don't think they covered Return of the King. I don't think. It was one of the certain. They didn't do Gondor. Sorry, they didn't cover like. And I remember that leaving a sour taste in a lot of fans' mouths. Like, where's this iconic scene at? Outside of just the battle, but even the Hobbit, I think, was just relegated to 2 years as well. I can't remember them doing it.
They all come out right around the same.
Well, we may find out later, because I have pulled up some information. Finally, actually done enough research and homework to have something to supply. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Quick sidebar, but also a mini topic. Josh, are you on side Croc or side not Croc?
Oh, I am on Croc. I've had Crocs since I was 12 years old. I had some limited silver Crocs until the thread wore out. But yep, I'm on Croc.
Wow.
And with over here, my current phone carrier, which is T-Mobile, offers us on Tuesdays some T-Mobile deals. I got some really discounted Crocs through my phone carrier.
Wow. Well, the thing is, with Croc Talks, it's a bit of a, unless you've watched every episode, and I don't expect anybody to go back and do that, but Croc Talk has been a bit of a point of contention amongst the...
My daughter came round on my birthday with a bloody pair on.
Whittakee is just...
told us to leave them outside the door. I won't say what she said to me. I didn't get my own way, put it that way.
So if you didn't pick up on it, Whittakee is not a fan. Slurpy is not against them, but it's not really in the band. Unless we have more than 2 guests. Sorry, unless we have more than 1 guest on here who's on the side of Crocs, I'm never going to outnumber these guys. So, but the best I can hope for is that our special guest is a Croc person, and yeah, slowly we'll build a revolution. So
there we go.
What do you see, Martin? Like Whittakee's gonna like roll up to Brickworld in like some limited edition 1 of 1, like Queen Britannia Crocs. Like it'll be like he's like
Hey,
I finally unleashed
obviously, Josh won't probably get this reference, but the only time I get some Crocs is for the 5th of November when I put it on the Guy Fawkes.
okay, I pose you a question, right? If ACOB did Stud Studios did the ACOB Crocs and or Croc Jizz Bits, would you then buy some?
No.
No.
I'll buy the Jizz Bits to put them on something else.
And Crocs.
But I won't buy. No. Fair play, everyone else can. That's, entirely up to them, but no.
And there we have it, people. Croc Talk, episode 7. So let's move on to something a bit more serious. So this was a topic that Josh suggested, and I don't expect him to know all the details of it. I did try to find a little bit of research on this because I think it's more of a known fact than a fact, if that makes sense. So,
yeah,
it's very, very clear that they didn't make enough GWP. In particular, we're talking about the Luke's lightsaber to go with the badge. And if you've watched M&R's, I don't know, whether it was video, whatever it was, Instagram, whatever, that he was kind of like, and I second his opinion, and obviously, most people probably would, is that why would they not make the same amount? It's not like we're talking a random GWP that you can like the pumpkin. They're only going to make so many of them because obviously there's limited sets. But when it comes to something like this that's exclusive to that set, not for a buy-in threshold, but exclusive to that set, why would you not make as many as even the first run of production? So obviously they're still making these sale badges in a year's time. I don't expect it to still be the case then. But for this initial release, if they're releasing, if they've made and released 10,000, they should have 10,000. And is that not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, if they're doing like GWPs for say like the 1st to the 5th, then make sure that you've got enough so somebody on the 5th can still go and get it. If they have some left over, fair enough. I'm sure they can do something with it. But no, they should. I totally agree. I mean, I couldn't afford to do it at the time, but yeah, I totally agree that they should with every GWP.
And I've missed out. I've missed out on GWPs on May the 4th, and I'm not saying that that's acceptable because I was very mad at the time. But and I made my feelings known. But I can understand with that because it's a pay threshold. So there's a lot of people out there who got those GWPs on May the 4th that probably didn't even want them, which is why they're easier to then get on the second-hand market. So I think it was the year that this was released, and I think I can't remember what was with it. It was another GWP.
Was it 2023? Was that the X-Wing?
That was the 2023. I have that somewhere. What was that? It had that was the coin too, and
it was a coin. That's right. It was the coin.
And there's like an X-Wing mini build as well that you.
That's right, a polybag build. Yeah, and I missed out on those, and I went in on May the 4th. It was a May the 4th event. The advertisers a May the 4th event. Yeah. So we'll string this in. We'll string this in with the same conversation, although we're specifically talking about the recent issue. But I went in on May the 4th. It was talked about as a May the 4th event. As guys know, it's May the 4th, blah blah. They actually launched on May the 1st.
Yeah.
So some people who I spoke to in the community I was involved with at the time were like, what do you expect? You've gone there sort of 3-4 days later. And I'm like, well,
yeah, but they advertised it for May the 4th, so they should have them for May the 4th.
Yeah,
but
I think they should do that. Like, they should only, I think, release them on May the 4th. Like the UCS sets, all that.
Like you said, even if they make loads, they're going to find a way of getting rid of them. It's not as if
but they always did it on May the 4th. The only reason they started changing it was because May the 4th was falling on a day where they had less footfall, i.e. a Sunday perhaps, or a middle of a week where there's not going to be as many people around, and they just decided, right, it's greed at the end of the day, right? So or they just try to get as much out of it as possible, and I can't knock them for that because that's just what companies do. That's what every company does. We're living in a capitalist regime. So, but what for me, I can to some extent after going through that pain and that torture and that frustration, I can kind of understand it, because there's no way they could know how many they would need, because people could be going in and buying a Duplo set and spending X amount of money and getting those sets, which again, going back to what I was saying, is that at least those are easy enough to get on the second-hand market. So I got all 3 of the GWPs delivered, brand new, unopened, for £50, right?
That's really good.
So and I didn't spend anything in the Lego store, because I made a point of putting everything back and working out. So obviously, when you take into account the fact that I did buy those sets, whatever it was I had, I can't even remember at the time, later on when they were reduced, or from another company which had them at a cheaper price, the amount of money I saved probably paid for the GWPs. So essentially, I was kind of whole. So that wasn't such an issue, and it's kind of understandable, because there's no way they could know. But when it comes to this Jabba Stale badge, I don't think it's acceptable. I think it's they should be embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't even like the first time this year this has really happened, but this is like the most recent, where like I think over the summer the same thing happened with the Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr.
Yeah,
those sold out in one day as well.
Wow.
So
I got mine.
I don't know what the solution is, whether it's doing insider surveys and seeing what the interest of your set is going to be, so you can make enough GWPs to go with them, so you can have them the dates that you're advertising that you're going to have these GWPs, or what the exact solution, but definitely selling out in one day and everyone else kind of having to miss out on them is on the level of kind of like unfair to the rest of everyone.
I mean, sorry, go on, Slurpy, you go ahead.
No, I think they should just I don't know how many Jabba Seal barges or Endures they made, but just to say they made like 100,000 for the United States, like they should make 100,000 GWPs, and if they don't sell, they don't sell them all, even though that's kind of impossible, because they are kind of linked in at that time period. Do what they did with that, was it the M-Tron GWP? It wasn't this year, it was the year before. They don't sell them all, so you run another GWP kind of seal or whatever a half a year down the line again. Like
we'll just put it with it when you buy it. If you buy if you buy the cell barge a year later, you should still get it. Yeah, that's what they should do.
I still think GWPs should be, I don't think online, but I think they should be sold in store, like some of them. Like I don't understand. Like, just have a limited time droid carrier you can only buy for 4 days in May. Like, it's even an incentive to get people out there.
I can see why Lego do that though, because like some people that are out there will get it on day one or whatever just for that GWP. Where if they know they can buy it later on for like, I don't know, 20, 30 quid, they're not going to spend 300, 400 quid, are they? So I can see why they do that, but they should just do enough.
No, that's right.
Or whatever the GWP is with an expensive set, say like with Gringotts. I think I should be able to now go and buy that, and it will still come with that little free gift.
I just found it insane that there was not enough lightsabers, and then there were stories of like stores in the US that had too many lightsabers. It's like, what? Like,
what's too many?
More like we still have
more than what they had with the cell barge.
I remember just in the ACOB stream, wasn't it? That like, we still have plenty of lightsabers, and they're not, they haven't shifted. I just like, it doesn't make sense. And then people online couldn't get any, and then in certain stores they couldn't get any. It's like,
especially online, I think you should be able to get it online.
Yeah.
I can understand shops run out, but not online.
But when I'm right in saying that it wasn't available online for some people. Like, I didn't watch M&R's video, but
it says it now, doesn't it? Not currently. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It's.
I do think it's a really cool one too. By the way, like it's the best of the free lightsabers they've done.
Yeah,
you can't buy that for that price on eBay.
No. Bricklink. I'll download those instructions in a week's time or something like that. I can't.
Yeah, didn't M&R say like make it for like $20 or quid or?
Yeah.
You could definitely make it with. I mean, with one thing you can't remake is the black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made a couple of lightsabers on Rebrickable. I made Luke's sort of New Hope era. I guess also Anakin's Revenge of the Sith, and Rey's lightsaber essentially. I made that a few years back, and it's one of the few sets I've kept built because I don't know why. I think the build instructions are quite intricate, not quite the same as Lego ones, but yeah, I think it's probably one of the best sets I own. Certainly non licensed, official ones if you like, but all made from
custom.
And I think they make great display. I mean, this isn't really the point of the topic, but why start Lego hasn't done this as a category? I'll never know.
Yeah,
just.
I mean, there's so many
weapons. You know what Lego are like with weapons.
But yeah,
also,
exactly. What Josh was saying then is spot on. It's like there's so much that you could, so far you could go with it.
You could. I mean, I don't know how many Jedi we've seen on screen, but you could literally do any one of those.
Yeah,
and it would probably sell enough to. I think
some people want like Count Dooku. That's slightly different. And,
yeah, that would be. That's like the Naboo. What's it? The Naboo cruiser of lightsabers. Like it is just completely chromed out. That one, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Wookiee one needed wood.
Well, it could be. I don't know. Maybe I do think a lightsaber line would be really cool for collectors. But is it something that I hate using the term normies, but it's like another grey stick.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do think they're. I mean, I think they're iconic enough though. That's. I don't subscribe to that belief, but.
But I think there's enough people out there, even who aren't in the Star Wars Lego community, who like display pieces. So, which is why I think dioramas, possibly the MIDI scale sets, and certainly something like this works for people who don't collect Lego, who wouldn't buy the playsets, wouldn't buy UCS, but just like the no Star Wars and would want to have this on a shelf alongside I don't know, a Wolverine claw, a signed autograph of
But yes, again. Wouldn't that look nice to the side of it if it had a little Luke Skywalker minifigure?
You're absolutely right there. Like
they should, everything they should include. Yeah.
I'm just surprised they didn't include figures for the the wee MIDI scale ships. I found that to be a bit.
I find it weird because there's even a place to stick your figures, as I've shown you. Where because I have a minifigure on all of those.
I don't know if any of you were around when they did the first line of mini scale, but those came with minifigures in the 2009 run.
Oh, these are the planets.
Yeah, we had the Millennium Falcon came with at least Han, if not Han and Chewie, from 2009 in that midi scale.
And it was a Star Destroyer as well, wasn't it? Was it the two?
Yeah.
They come with figures.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
I thought it was the the planets are mini scale, sorry, but they all had figures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know why you can't just throw in, all right, the character associated with the ship. But
to me, it's almost
eBay 140 sold, 79 available.
If this is is this one seller?
Oh, this is Murtley. We need to get Murtley on the Murtley. You Scottish? We need you to join the panel, mate. Because he's done the homework for us, but we can only let you in if you're Scottish because we need an Englishman, an Irishman, a Scotsman, and a Welshman.
Is that on his eBay page?
Yeah, and I'm not seeing prices.
Is this Murtley?
Yeah, this is just how many Murtley's bought. Bricklink 100. So, Josh, in case you don't know Murtley is one of the UK boys, an alumni of this stream. Even though it's still in his infancy, he's always with us, and he rocks with us pretty much the whole episode.
Yeah.
So, all hail to Murtley. If we ever get monetized, I like to think he'll be our first. Paying customer, but no. this guy has got a backlog. I think he's kind of your age group, isn't he? Not that that really makes a difference, but he's kind of your age.
We don't know those.
He's a bit younger than me. He's a few years younger than me, I think.
Not that makes a difference, but he's anyway. He's got a backlog like you've never seen. So he's
not badly. I apologise.
Yeah, he's got like 4 or 5s of sets dating right back to the start, particularly through the Clone Wars era, which is his favorite era, and he's got like 3 or 4 of, say, like the Spider Tank droid.
Yeah.
The Umbaran Spider Tank. Sets like that were quite rare, like, you know.
Yeah, he has got like 300 sealed sets.
Yes, is it?
And yeah, I think he said 1,800 plus sealed sets. I'm exaggerating here, but like he'll probably take a photo of just like, oh, I've got these Shadow Arc Troopers, and in the background you'll see like gold. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he had like 4 ATOT dropships or something like that. Like, you know, the stuff all the Clone Boys want. Like, he's got everything. Like, I turned.
That was like the most wanted.
What if he's got a spare Christmas X-wing?
Yeah.
But I mean, everything.
Well, like, how many?
I don't. He doesn't strike me as a collector who's kind of like got rare, exclusive stuff and stuff that you had to get hold of. But you know, not to say there's anything wrong with his collection. But what I'm saying is, he seems to be more of a. It feels like he's building to create an army one day. So the majority of what I've gathered is sets. So for example, the Arc 170, he's got like sort of 2 or 3 of those, for example, still boxed. But I think in a lot of cases, he bought them when they were out. It's not like he's gone on eBay and like, you know, spent £200-300. You know, but you know, it's not. This isn't a rags to riches story. The only reason I made the reference to your age, Muttley, and obviously, excuse me if you're offended by it anyway, but it's just because you're obviously in a position where
have 4 ATOTs.
Never.
No.
What?
Are you serious?
Jesus. Muttley, if you ever want to come on the show, mate, as a special guest, you don't have to show your face. I know some people are a bit about that, but wow.
Motley, I'm in your house. I am trapped between the 5 UCS X-Wings. Let me out.
But yeah, Muttley, what a guy. So yeah, so he you know, he's a mass in a set, but I think the main reason I made a reference to his age is because I think he's kind of at that point in his life where he's got no other kind of overheads, no small children in the house, and his money goes straight in his pocket kind of thing. So fair play to him. What's he saying? Too many people are buying to make money from reselling it on such a limited. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's similar to the whole situation with the vintage action figures, where you know nobody kept them. Nobody even dreamt of keeping them, apart from 1 in every 1,000 people or whatever. And now they're worth loads of money. So then people going out and buying Power of the Force in the late 90s and keeping them all boxed, thinking, yeah, these are going to be worth something in a few years' time. No, because everybody's done it. So therefore,
they weren't. Like, got with a load.
Yeah, they're not. There's not as difficult to get hold of, and I don't know.
I just got rid of them for space, to be honest. So yeah.
So you see, I literally see people even in the UK boys chat, so literally saying, right, I'm buying this. Do you think this is going to be worth something? It's like everything's going to be worth something. It depends how long you want to wait. But will it be worth keeping?
There's actually surprisingly like Lego sets that I'm sure it's changed now. That like I remember Luke's Landspeeder from 2010 retailing for like £25, and I got 2 of them in 2021 for just under 30. Like that didn't go up. And that was branded as limited edition. It's like some stuff, most stuff seems to go up, but I don't think there's like the odd outlier that like just stinks. Like it just doesn't go. And I think maybe that in that case it's Luke's Landspeeder. Like it's not, you know, they sell them every week, you know. But
well, I mean that's also one that in the community everyone looks at that like, oh, another Luke's Landspeeder.
Yeah,
done them so many times.
They bring out quite a lot.
So instead of buying the
Speeder, though, that's
This is my favorite version of Luke's Landspeeder. Wait a sec. Let me full screen Jones myself now. Wait a sec. I have to switch that off.
Motley is 1,850 sets total.
Yeah,
probably a bit less than half that number.
8,000 minifigures. Jesus wept.
Wow.
No, you need to. I hope you're using brick set Motley, because I feel like you'll have a lot more figs in that. And
right.
Oh, that was.
See it?
Was that a May promo?
That's incredible.
It's literally. How many pieces is that?
Isn't it
three? It's 3 pieces.
It's a bit like the one that's in Aunt Beru's thing, isn't it? Almost the same.
That's here as well, but that's actually 4 pieces.
4 pieces.
Yeah, it's got the plate underneath it.
Ah, right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, because the one on that micro scale doesn't have it's not one whole unit, I don't think. Like, it's just built into the sand.
Yeah, it's built on the sand, so yeah, it doesn't need to be freestanding. But guys, you know what? Even the Sandcrawler is actually pretty good. How the hell have they done that? Is that a sticker? That's a sticker. Yeah, well, this is sealed, so I haven't actually opened this. But see, I thought these were fantastic. I love these, and they got slated at the time, but I thought these were great.
Mm-hmm.
So when they came out with the sort of pod racer, which I know is obviously a larger scale, to this, I actually like this kind of thing because it doesn't. For me, everybody knows my situation. Don't have a lot of space. I mean, even the box didn't take up a lot of space, and this is quite crammed as well. What I hate is when you buy a big Lego box and it's like, you know that the contents probably fill less than half the box.
Like a bag of crisps.
This is quite, and it's a different style of box as well. It's one of those ones that opens up like a kind of pizza box. Mm-hmm. So you could keep it without having it be too damaged, which I think is quite great. But in this, I've actually got the Lego in. It's still sealed, but you know, nice micro scale, nice display little set. You know, you can't go wrong with things like that. I mean, it's awesome.
Talking about boxes, did anyone buy the new Star Destroyer? Because I really like the way that box opened.
I did.
It was different. It was, yeah.
Those boxes.
Well, does it open up like a pizza box, or is it like?
Yeah, it's like it's hard to explain. It's like the whole. You open it. I can't explain really, but you I suppose like a pizza box, but obviously a lot deeper.
Yeah,
where it folds down, the tabs tuck in the side.
Mm-hmm. It's got like a kind of hinged cardboard on the back.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's the same. That's the same as this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else. Going, you know, because we're segueing City now. But sorry, put myself off.
Need more boxes like this, like that just open straight up like that, like the Lego games, like. But these had to be
like a bit like that, but it had a hinge. So
yeah, like I know what you mean. Yeah.
No, sorry. While we were just segueing, then I just wanted to say that I took a picture, and I'm not going to share it because I just can't be bothered trying to get my phone to line up with this. But I saw the McDonald's droid. Everyone's calling it. I hate that reference, but the X-Wing Uglies or whatever it's called. Now that's generally there's only probably about 10 or 15 different sizes of box, and they're all kind of similar. But this one is like kind of your average sort of size box, but it's really deep. You know, it's almost. Has anybody seen it on shelves? It's the first time I saw it in game, but it's like it's really deep. It's probably about as deep as one of those boxes is wide. And I've never seen a box that shape before, coming out of Lego. But going completely off the point. So, Nimble, how we doing, mate? Evening, fellas. All right, what's Nimble saying? Let's address Nimble. Sorry, only just getting in. How is everybody? We're good, mate. We're very good. And we're just about to finish off this topic, GWPs. How do you feel about the fact that GWPs They didn't make enough. There's a bit of a shortage of GWPs. And not only that, but if Lego's been doing this for this long, and now on such a big release, such a kind of well-known, it's kind of literally been televised that this is going to be a big release. I don't think they've messed this up. I think this isn't a mistake. I think this is something we're going to see more. I think they're trying to make it limited. If that makes sense.
Like literally trying to push through the door to get it, kind of deal. Like, was it? Yeah. Was it like? I only kind of heard of the stock issue in the US, but was it as that bad here? Like, oh, they didn't have any on release day or online. Like, was it?
And this is the thing. I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about this, but I have no plan to buy that set. I would have loved to have this, or I would never have bought Jabba's Sale Badge to get it. But I'm just passionate about the underlying issue there, more than because I missed out on it myself. But
I think even if I could afford it on that day, I still wouldn't have bought it on the first. To me, that wasn't enough anyway. That was not really into the lightsabers, so I'd rather wait until it goes on sale. But I did go down because I met Padawan down there, and there was no queue. There was no one there. A few people behind us. So that's about it.
Shooting themselves in the foot because some people might not have ordered the badge on release week based on the fact the Sabres sold out. Yeah, if it was a week or so afterwards, fair enough. But well, not even fair enough. It still wouldn't have been acceptable. But they would have kind of reeled everybody in by then. But you're right. I think what you said there in the chat, Slurpy, Matthew, is spot on. Is an absolute shambles. So, have anybody ever missed out? I know I shared a quick story of how I missed out on GWPs, and clearly there wasn't enough, particularly in that store. Although I didn't hear at the time about them selling out, nationwide or worldwide. Anyone else ever missed out on any GWPs?
No, I've only
not ones that I wanted.
Not ones that I've tried to get yet. Like, I think that on the Bear, I think that deterred me on buying that. Like, I almost put on opening weekend, but not having what came with that, the Nazgul and Felsbeath, and them not having it was like, yep, I'm not going to buy that.
I think, to be honest with you, even if it didn't come with that, I would have still bought it because I love that set.
It's a great set.
And mine's probably not worth, because as soon as I got it home, as these lot will know, not only did I open that, I opened up the Felbeast as well, because that's I don't buy I buy to make.
Yeah. I only ever ordered one set, and that was on like release day, like UCS GWP, and that was Luke's Landspeeder. So you got Baru, some polybag, I don't know, it's just somewhere. The ATS, the half ATSD polybag. Yeah. And I think they had the Mando keychain.
Yeah, wasn't it the Beskar?
Yeah. Okay. And I was like, I wanted to be part of the hype train for it, because no one was hyping that setup, and that was before the price increase too. That was like the last set that I can remember UCS Lego Star Wars set being sub £200.
Like, I had to buy that one separate, the Ant Brew, because I started getting into Lego in June, so I obviously missed it. And then obviously they were selling loads on eBay, so I bought one.
I still have Baru in the attic sealed, but it's like, I do want to build that someday.
Yeah.
And I don't have any like intention or anything like that, but
I've got a lot of sealed sets, right? I'll say this now, and I say this every stream. It's not a brag, because every single one of these sets I've got sealed, I plan to build one day. I'm not even interested in whether it'll be worth this, whether it'll be worth that. I've only got one of most things. The only things I got multiple of is maybe a couple of Boxer Boys, again for some build down the line, or maybe a mock. But I don't get it. I can't even blame this selling out on like scalpers or anything like that, because like you said, I think people who were buying the sale badge are big enough Star Wars fans to want this and own it, so I don't know, it baffles me. So I've got one other.
Can you big screen me a moment for 2 secs?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Or just or normal?
No, I just got to stop sharing this. Oh, yeah, you did it. There you go.
Yeah. The only kind of sealed ones I got is this one because I was sent it twice by accident.
Ooh.
There's no point me. I
don't actually own that, mate. Is it for sale?
Could be. Don't know. Yeah.
I'll have to dig through my collection and see what we can.
And the only other one is this one because this is signed by Duck Bricks.
Oh,
I won it. Remember, I won it on ACOB in the competition.
That's right. Yeah, Christ,
yeah.
I remember. Yeah. Hey, well done, mate.
Best battle pack ever made.
Yes. Totally agree. I know you said disagree. Sorry, totally agree. Yeah. It's the real boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like my box of boys this month, it's the real boys.
I don't know whether I'd agree with it being the best box of boys, but have you got your paper and pen there handy, Slurpy?
Oh, am I about to get schooled here?
No. I was just about to say, make a note of that because I think that'd be a really good topic of conversation. Ranking box of boys.
That would be really good.
Yeah,
there's so many of them as well too. Though
I know. I think we'd have to do
over 30 battle packs.
Next time we do a boys only episode, we'll do just that a ranking episode. How's that?
And some of them I wouldn't even class as a box of boys, to be honest. But there you go.
Well,
like one of my
battle pack, I was just say.
One of my favorite sets ever was the Bounty Hunters battle pack because it was the first time you could acquire them all. But it's not a good battle pack in any facet. Like,
no, it's nice to buy one.
Yeah.
We'll have to hash out what the sort of
convention actually. Yeah,
parameters are. Yeah, definitely. So
take me off back.
Okay, there you go. So anyway, right. So I got one little story to do with the GWP. So for my 40th birthday, many moons ago, what would it have been? 2020. So I had the MBS Mos Eisley Cantina bought for me by my darling girlfriend at the time, fiance now, Kirsty. Shout out to Kirsty again. And I wasn't expecting it at all. I don't remember saying that I wanted it. I know that I talked about owning a big set one day. And at that point I hadn't made this. I hadn't sort of said in writing I don't want to collect UCS, but I think I probably talked about the figs a lot. Anyway, she picked up on the fact that I would love to have had it, bought it for me, and it was great. And I was like, and I didn't want to be that sort of kid on Christmas Day that's like, oh, but what about, kind of thing. But I was like, this is amazing. I can't believe you got this for me. And it was like, oh, thank you very much. Love you, whatever. And I was like, was there an extra set with it? And my birthday is actually quite close to Christmas. So I was like, I don't want to ask just in case maybe she's keeping it aside. But then I thought, well, I don't want to wait till then and find she didn't get it and there's an issue. So, of course, 2020, we were in the middle of lockdown. So I just said to her, did you, I'm assuming you bought this online. Yeah. Was there another set with it? She went, no. So when did you buy it? Oh, I bought it, I think it was like 2 days, maybe 1 or 2 days after release. And I was like, you should have had a Yoda's lightsaber with it. She was like, all right. So we went back and looked through the order system. I can't remember how we did it, but I think it was initially in the cart or whatever, the basket. Yeah. But when they sent it out, it wasn't sent out. So I managed to find the emails that were sent out and it wasn't on the invoice. So I chased it up the only way I could at that point and phoned up somebody because we were trying to go through the chat and obviously with it being locked down, everything was busy. So I phoned up and had to leave a message for someone to call me back. And they called back about 4 days later, I think it was. And I just said, look, 2 things I've got an issue with. One is my points because she was worried I would find out if she used my card at the time to get the VIP points and they would send me an email. So she didn't do that. And I said, look, for that amount, the amount of points for that, I could have bought another set kind of thing. So I said, look, let's see if we can get that back. So I spoke to the woman on the phone and I said, So with the points, she was basically like, "Yes, we can do that. We can sort it out for you." So
Yeah, they're pretty good with points, actually.
Yeah,
They're
so
really
that was great. I don't want to say how many points I got because it's before they changed to Insider, so I can't remember exactly. But the lightsaber, she was like, "No, it's unfortunately is no longer available." I said, "Well, I know it's not available now, but obviously we bought it at the time. Well, was there an error?" And I was like, "I don't even know why I'm asking this because they're not available anymore. It doesn't matter what happened or what the reason was. I'm not getting it, am I?" So, but I was really frustrated about it. And the fact that I didn't buy it, I couldn't really complain too much. But it was like,
okay, send it back.
Yeah,
and that was the same.
Lego and get your refund.
Yeah, well, that was the same. That was the same as this current one. And I think that was the first time they'd done it, where they released an exclusive set that wasn't just a general GWP, but it was exclusive for that particular set. And I just thought, well, it's not like she bought it months later. It was like, literally within the first couple of days.
Yeah.
So
that's a point that you made.
When the time, people didn't really, you could get away even at that point with saying Lego didn't know how many they're going to sell. But then you think, well, no, because
they do.
It doesn't matter how many they sell. They got to make as many as they make sets. Surely.
But that's the point you made there, especially if it's just exclusive for that set. Because quite a few GWPs you can buy loads of different things, can't you? But if it's you have to buy that set, then it definitely should be with they should make enough. That's the definite. When it's just exclusive for one set.
I'm not like making excuses for Lego, but probably in their eyes it's like, I don't know how much it costs to make a Lego set if it's 10% of the final seal. I have a feeling it's a lot less, but I would imagine with them, they don't see any. They're not really making any money off GWPs. They're not selling them, so it's like let's just make a few, advertise it, and I'm not excusing them.
But they make a lot of money on overpricing all the other sets.
Yeah,
So
I'm not. That's what I mean. I don't agree, but I'd imagine the UCS seal barge probably cost I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna lowball and say a tenner. No, about £100 maybe to produce.
For example, look at going off a little bit, but look at the battle bus has just come out for Fortnite, and that's a licensed thing. How many figures does that go for? 100? You wouldn't get a Star Wars set with that many figures.
But they know Star Wars fans are going to buy it anyway, though.
But that's wrong.
Of things like it's.
That's it. We're victims of our own circumstance, aren't we? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Isn't Lego only the best is good enough? Well, no.
I know that, but it's such an arbitrary, it's such a ambiguous statement. No matter what they did, to me, the best is that they give away free sets. You know what I mean? So it's
but they do take the piss out of us Star Wars fans, I think.
We definitely get the short end.
Yeah,
but I'm always on the fence with things like this because yes, they're taking the piss, but they're the company who's supplying the product that we're frustrated about. So it's I'm not saying we shouldn't be mad about that. We should have every reason to be mad, and more so because they're the only people doing it. But it's I don't know. I just feel like the people at Lego don't feel as if they can ever do anything right by the fans.
But the thing is, they know they'll do it because they know that we'll buy it anyway. So
this is the point I'm trying.
We moan, but we buy.
We got to vote with our wallets, haven't we? So
yeah.
I remember, just stay on whenever they released the Stormtrooper. I love this figure, but it seems to be 80% of at least comments online hate the helmet. I remember a lot of people saying, "Let's vote with our wallets and stop buying it." It's 5 years later, and they're still producing that helmet. It's, a few people not buying the sets is, I don't think, going to have as much of an impact as maybe we may like to think. Because it is.
Which helmet is that?
It's the dual molded Stormtrooper helmet. My camera is shit, but it's the 2019. I like the Family
Guy one.
Yes.
I like it. He's melting. I think it's ridiculous, and I absolutely Stockholm Syndrome.
To be honest with you, it's the only one I'm used to, really, because I haven't got any of the older set. So
he's melted.
What a world!
Oh Christ, that's English. Yeah.
But I've loaded. Not to be that because the helmets are super detailed. I've all of those new stormtroopers, I've bought them the brick arms rifles and stuff like that because it's like, right, these guys, only the best is good enough.
Yeah, it's frustrating that they've never updated some of the weapons. You know. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's just the furthest they'll push is maybe adding some new colors. So in the hallway scene, they added like everybody had silver, or at least the rebel troopers had silver, which I thought great. But it's like, and look how long it took them to sort the saber situation out, the dark saber situation. It's like, I don't know. Anyway,
I always get a little bit annoyed because Lego introduced like different blasters. Josh, maybe you were into Lego whenever they did the Clone Wars, but they used to have like wee small pistols.
Yeah.
Oh, I
remember thinking those were the best they ever made.
Yeah.
Like they never they have the one now with the scope, but
here, I'm gonna
another one's the miniaturized.
Do I have one?
They might have been soft plastic, you know, where whenever you grip it, it kind of damages the handle over time, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah. You do see like the marks from putting in the figure's hands over time. It definitely, but I think that they're better for your officers and than like these ones.
But there's no reason why, even if that is the case with the material, there's no reason why they couldn't do the current resin or whatever they use with that mold.
Yeah.
Some questions I don't think we'll ever have answered.
Definitely.
It's confusing. But I want to move on, guys.
Oh yes.
I want, because obviously I know both of you guys are on a bit of a, particularly Martin, on a time limit. I want to do this because this includes a bit of input from everybody, or at least I'd like to think about it, which is the Star Wars Lego 2024 in review.
All right.
Okay, so I don't want to kill each of these sets to death because, you know, I also want to talk a little bit about the licensing thing because that takes some input as well. But I've managed to find a list, which I'll share with the screen shortly, of all the mainline sets for this year, which takes away all the kind of month. And I think it's 31 Star Wars sets in total. And chat, obviously, ride with us on this and let us know your thoughts. Let's have a look. So we've got right, have a little look at that. Oh, get rid of this friggin' advert. That's the thing with brick sets, only friggin' adverts.
Yeah, there's so many.
So these are your 31 mainline sets for this year. And I just want to go through, I'm not going to go through every single set. I think that's been done. And I don't want to spend too long on this because I'm conscious of time. But what I want to do is I just want to kind of breeze through it and then maybe top 3 around the room. Okay. So let's, can you guys see that? Is that clear enough? Do you want me to full screen it as well, or?
Yeah, we can see or at least on my end, I can see a line.
Right. So let me, if I full screen it. Anyway, that don't make a lot of difference, is it? But okay. So this is for the chat at home, if nothing else. So we got a couple of poly bags there. I don't think these are in any particular order. I think it might be value order. I'm not sure. I don't know whether you're running
because you get the poly bags and you get the $40.
Yeah, no, it's not. Look, because there's the Onyx. So we got 2 poly bags. We got Trade Federation Troop Carrier. Not sure why that's on the list because I did get rid of GWPs, but that still appeared in there. So for whatever reason. Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout, which obviously the newest set to come out. Clone Trooper Battle Pack, which is, I guess, the best, allegedly the best battle pack ever released in terms of volume. Anyway, Ambush on Mandalore battle pack, essentially. The Onyx Cinder, probably most of us don't own that yet, but in terms of what it looks like, good set. We got the midi-scale Millennium Falcon, the Tantive 4 Invisible Hand. Excuse me, we got the Bark Speeder Escape. We got the R2-D2 with the 25th anniversary figure, Mos Espa Podrace diorama as modelled by Whittakee earlier. Droidica, TIE Interceptor, Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, Crimson Firehawk, Ahsoka Tano's Duel, Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon Battle, Borden the Tantive, Jedi Bob, Dark Falcon, X-Wing Mech, Captain Rex's Y-Wing, Creative Play Droid Builder, TIE Fighter Masher.
Sorry.
I don't think
I caught that.
Imperial Star Destroyer. I'm not going to include, unless somebody really wants to put the advent calendar, that shouldn't really be on the list either. Desert Skiff as model as well, earlier by Martin, Jabba's Sail Barge, and C-3PO. So while you guys have a little bit of a think, and I could scroll up and down if you need me to, I'm going to start off. And it's difficult for me because this is the year I consciously cut down on my spending because of Brickworld. But in terms of what I've seen, what I've held, what I own.
And is there any sets we don't have to actually own them? Yeah, just what?
No, I just think in terms of it being like a good set, you could, I don't know, rate it how you want to rate it, and we won't go into too much detail. But in terms of it being like, right, nice set, will own it, like to own it, good value for money, whatever. Just your top three. Let's just say you owned all of these. Which would you put as your top three kind of thing? And I know it's hard to say.
It's based easy for me on number one.
Yeah, well, we're all surrounded by social media enough to know these sets inside and out, whether we own them or not. So obviously, I'm not going to include the UCS set because although if I had the money and the space and the time, I would buy it. I still not as I'm just trying to vote me as me. So personally, because I'm a Starfighter guy, I love the Starfighters. I love that kind of that scale. I'm going to go Jedi Bob Starfighter. Don't own it, but I'm going to go that as number one for the year. I'm going to go Mos Eisley Pod Racer diorama because I think it looks fantastic. Don't think it's great value for money, but I think the set itself alone, it's a great set. Don't own it, but would love to and will do at some point. And then I think I'm going to go with, and this might be a hot take because it has quite a lot of good sets. I think I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Invisible Hand. And the reason I'm going with the Invisible Hand is because I do own that one. Never built it though. So, it's good as not owning, I guess. But because I never thought they would do that. I thought there would be 10, 20, 30 ships in that scale on that subcategory or the sub-theme before they ever made the Invisible Hand. And I love that scene, that opening sort of scene of the Revenge of the Sith, and the fact that they put that. I was going to say
the problem is though it's not very sturdy. It breaks in half.
Yeah. Well,
that's a joke.
Nice. Yeah. But there's a lot of contenders in there. I really struggle to pick three, but just
I'm struggling to pick top three.
Yeah, I'm saying one. Yeah, I keep on thinking.
Can we have an honourable mention as well?
Okay, so we'll do an honourable mention. My honourable mention would be the Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, because I've owned one version of this in the past, and I didn't think it was much of a great set. It was one of the few sets that I've turned into something else. I never thought of trying to get the set pieces back to rebuild.
I bought that for myself for my birthday.
Yeah, I think it's a lovely looking set. I do think it looks a bit beefy in the midriff. But I'm a big fan of. Oh Christ, his name escapes me.
Saul Guerrera.
Saul Guerrera. I think we've wanted that figure for a long time, and I don't know. I feel like he kind of got overlooked a little bit because of what else was going on at the time. But I feel like Saul Guerrera was like, if they'd released that, figure in any other set or any other time, it would have blown up. But. I think he went under the radar a little bit, but yeah, great set. So that's my honourable mention.
And also, it's a Whittakee in Star Wars.
I think I blame what happened to Saw to Bad Batch Season 2. Everyone kind of started hitting on him a little bit, so no one really wanted him anymore. But I think the Sith Infiltrator is a great set.
So what do we think, guys? Anybody want to go next? Anybody ready? Tell me if you want me to scroll up and down a little bit.
I could go. I gotta pick my number one being the Star Destroyer. I think I don't know if that's just for me because I've never owned one, and that's my first chance to get one. But I
totally understand. I really enjoyed the building of it.
Yeah, it's sturdy.
It's one of those surprises for me because one, we didn't think we were getting it. We thought we were getting some kind of play set with the Death Star, and I know people say it was small, but I've not owned one. But it's very detailed and it just looks really nice.
It's a nice selection. I think I put this in your comments for your build. It's a nice selection of officers as well. You know, they haven't put like 2 of the same in or 3 of the same. They could have quite easily have done like 2 in the dark, 1 in the light grey, 2 in the light grey.
Still could have come with an extra stormtrooper though, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it definitely did need an extra stormtrooper. That one, I gotta go the Clone Boys, the deluxe.
Right, give us a sec. I mean, this laptop.
I think that was at the top.
I got him.
And my last set was like I'm going between a few, but I think I gotta go the bunker from Mandalorian season 3. I thought that was an excellent set.
Right. Wait a sec. I got the wrong one. I didn't realize I could do this. That's a bit easier.
Oh.
No, I've completely passed it now. Where's it gone?
I think you go down 1 row.
Oh, there it is.
That's the ambush.
Nope.
I think if you scroll down 1 row. Or maybe 2. Right down.
Yeah.
That one.
That is a fantastic little set. I have actually got that as well, boxed somewhere. But But
I bought 2 of the other sets, so I got 1 on each side.
I did see that. Yeah, I don't know, Alex. That I think that really props up that. Yeah, it props up that middle base in Star Wars where you haven't got a lot of money to spend, but you want to get value for money. And in terms of value in this, for a good selection of figs, not something you need multiples of, and the fact that they've added another one of these into the advent calendar almost feels like whoever was in charge of that decision is the kind of person we want making all the decisions for the Star Wars leg. But then it kind of the next decision they make is a stinker, and you just think, oh, what are they doing? So, a solid calendar. Yeah, a solid 3 there. Well done, Josh.
My honorable would probably be the Bark Spear. That, I don't think it was like super well liked, but for me, that was a set that I really enjoyed.
Lamppost Battle Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my pole dancer in my what size the
that's right. Do you know? I only just realised now that Ken and Rebecca had 2 lightsabers.
Yeah.
How did I miss that before? I know he did in the show, but I didn't notice they'd actually done that with. He doesn't have 2 all the way through, does he? He picks up an extra one.
No, he picks one up in the elevator, I think.
So the fact that they've actually added the 2 on there, fair play. I never noticed that in the box before. So I literally got it right here, and I've just picked it up and going, wait, he's got 2 lightsabers.
Well, I suppose the scene that he's running and goes on, that he would have had them both then. So that's probably why.
At that point. But let's be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if Lego didn't put 2 in.
No, I see what. Yeah.
So
for sure.
Who wants to go next? Who's ready?
I'll go.
Chat while we're waiting.
Do you want to go, Matt, or
I'll go, mate.
Go on.
Yeah. My 1, 2, and 3 are all the same. Creative play droid builder. Let's go.
Then the ugly set next.
No, my top 3. Top one's Jedi Bob Starfighter. I think it's like a tremendously Lego Star Wars set. Just the colors. I know, like, nostalgia. Even though I was 4 whenever the OG Bob was released. The mythos and the legend around him as well, like being named Jedi Bob in a random dictionary, and it was cool to see him come to life as well in the show. And I mean,
No.
I just think it's just one of those sets that it's like, you know, I've talked about it before, like, oh, I dismantle my Lego sets, but it's like I don't think I can dismantle that. It just looks too good.
It's really good.
And he's even got a headrest for his.
Yeah,
I've never noticed that. Well, he's got the headrest there as well.
For some reason, I found it really awkward trying to place him in because of his cape, because it's a similar ship design to Obi-Wan's from 2022. I think actually Bob's is the same, except just it's bloody modded.
Yeah.
But
it's got a few differences.
Yeah, those like thrusters or whatever in the front.
Yeah.
I also noticed that people were complaining that Obi-Wan's is quite bulky at the front, but I watched the film the other day, Attack of the Clones, and it actually is. It is beefy right by there. It does look like it's got a bit of a belly. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, what were you trying to say, Josh?
With the Obi-Wan's is it had a lot of gapping in between where your it's kind of attached. And they kind of fixed that with those, adding in like the rail plates.
Yeah, I think like if you look at this with a squint as well, where it's got that kind of pattern going down this, it's almost like it creates like a big arrow, doesn't it? If you were to look at it bird's eye, it's a big kind of red arrow with white squares in. Yeah, the color and design on that's fantastic.
No,
I never would have guessed it'd be red and white though, because everybody was guessing what color it was, and I thought it was going to be sort of more closely to match his outfit for whatever reason.
Brown, greys, greens, or something like that. I thought it was going to be. I'd seen.
I thought it would be like browny yellow or something like that.
Orange was a common one that was coming up for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, orange. Yeah.
I had a good memory picking that setup because I went to see Spider-Man 2 that day, because when it was a few days after it was released. Driving the convertible, picking up Bob, and I was like, today's a good day to be alive. One of those moments. But
wait,
my number
Spider-Man
2.
2?
Yeah, they re-released the Tobey Billy Maguire films there back in August.
Oh, you were talking about that one. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. My number 2 is a contender for the top battle pack, and it's the Clone Battle Pack. The Superboys. Just because it combines the OG ones in a way, like I know minus the Separatist build from the OG, which I always liked as a kid, which was the wee brown carrier. But I think this set's even if you're like, I don't know what my kid wants, he likes the Star Wars, you could just buy them this, and it's like that's plenty of playability. Also, this is a set too that I've seen like sub £20, like a lot.
Yeah, like, we've never had a set that's had more than 2 super battle droids in,
other than the original,
other than the OG
battle pack. Yeah,
did that have 3 super battle droids?
It had 3 super battle droids and 4 planeys, and it's quite strange to see only 2 playing here, but it's. I mean, I kind of grew up with the Battlefront 2 game where the main infantry unit was a super battle droid, so it's like...
Yeah, you're right.
That's also the... Is that the first time we've had a Octopatar Tri-Droid?
I can't remember.
No,
what about the Udipau Troopers battle pack, from 2014?
It's one of that. Yeah, what a lot of people would say was one of their favourite.
Yeah, it was a little bit different, but it is a similar kind of design, but it had a kind of sandy-ish, brownish color to it, didn't it?
I feel like this one was a better build than that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's no way to scale because they're massive things, aren't they? But I think that was. But yeah, absolutely.
Get one like
my only
decent.
It's not a complaint about the set, and I know it's not supposed to be a completely faithful recreation of the OG battle pack, but is it the 327th clone, like the yellow Bly one? It would have been nice to see that, but I still think it's like a perfect like the perfect army builder, really, and it's a bias too because we haven't got any Separatist sets like this in a long time, so it's
we've barely gotten.
Well, they made up with the GWP, but which
my number
which shouldn't have been a GWP, but
no, that's right.
I'm still glad.
My number 3, I haven't got it yet, but it's the one I want, and it's the Imperial Star Destroyer. I think Oaktown said it's overrated, lot of haters in the chat, but I don't know. I just think from all the images and what Whittakee was showing, I'm like, I just think it looks so nice. I know it's not as big as the 2014 and 06 ones, but I just like how nice and compact it is. And I await it.
But to think the test that it's super sturdy, because I knocked mine off and it fell, and it did break, but it stayed mostly intact.
Yeah, it broke into a million pieces, didn't it, Josh?
Well, like the bridge broke and like some of the plating, but yeah.
I remember you making reference to it in some of your videos and being like, it broke into a million pieces. I knocked it off because it caught on your trouser leg or whatever it was, or your shorts.
Something like that.
But you can do that plate feature for hours.
Yeah.
That's one of my videos.
I love that.
Testament to Lego's building and how they've come on in the years. The fact that they've managed to scale this down and have a really decent interior.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing I picked up on when I was watching your build of this live, no, it wasn't a build. Sorry, it was a review of this you did, Josh, and I didn't see it before. I don't know how I missed it in previous reviews or whatever, but that kind of hollow map thing that they've got inside there, we've got kind of. I can't really describe it. I've never seen anything like that with Lego before.
I don't know that I've seen a set with that, but like almost like it has like the markers of your like fleet. So it's like
So when if you guys, I know you've seen it, Martin, but Slurpy, have you seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sorry.
I know, Martin, you've got this, so you'll know. But I didn't know whether Matthew had actually seen what I'm talking about in this set.
Is it the map inside?
Yeah,
rebuildable kind of trans blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the hologram thing. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that's such a cheeky little thing to put inside, and the fact that they've managed to fit things like that in a scaled down version of this set, and you can, am I right in saying you can get all 6 of the figures in there as well?
Yep. You could even get Cal in there if you wanted to. There's enough room.
That's crazy.
I think if you really squeeze without like dumping in like figures, I think you could at least get like 10 to 15 figures inside.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, so the arguments of this being small, I think are kind of null and mute, because it's no. Yes, we've had bigger in the past, but that's the same for most sets. This is always going to be smaller than mini scale, always going to be smaller than whatever else.
I think,
but they've done more with it. So.
Yeah. This is a trend that's been going on for years now. Like when it first became prevalent was the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, like smaller but more compact. Like, I know this is different because it's not minifigure scale or anything, but
I think with the X-Wing, there's an argument to be had there about the fact that some of the older X-Wings were to scale with the minifigure at least, and now they're kind of not. For the sake of scaling it down, and obviously they're not as fleshed out. There's not really any interior in an X-Wing, so that I can understand. But with this, they've done more with this than the original version in half, not half, but a fifth or a quarter of the size. And I just think, what else could you expect? So you're right. So good. So that's your number 3. So
I'll say the OG 2006 one, the bridge used to be able to fit like the figures in it. And it's like I was hoping maybe, but I'm like, no, I don't think that'll happen, and I don't think it does open up at all. I could be wrong, but
it does not.
No.
It's kind of solid inside there. Like you got flaps there that kind of make the angle of the bridge, but that can open like 2 degrees.
Yes.
But other than that, you can't get anyone inside.
Was that your honorable mention, Matthew?
No, those are my top 3. My honorable mention would be, I would say Captain Rex's Y-Wing microfighter, but it was just because of all of the. This would be Matt. I never watched the Clone Wars past season 3, so I had never seen Rex like this in action. But the controversy around it, I was like, I'm gonna buy this for the shit that's going on. And I actually really like this set. Like I actually thought the Y was like really well made.
Have you still not seen the Clone Wars from season 3? You should do. It does. It's better. It gets better, especially the last season.
As a kid, it was on
7.
I mean, the last season. You just need to watch the last 4 episodes.
And I only found out recently
away.
that they used Ray Park to do stop motion to create the animation for Darth Maul in season 7. Did you know that?
Was that it?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ray Park and Ashley. Was it Ashley who did the stunt for Ahsoka?
I don't know that much, but the fact that they mocapped him into his, I get that with things like Gollum where they used, but with this it's for like a different type of animation. Yeah, it's a cartoon animation, and they've used. I didn't even know that you could do that.
That's cool.
So that was but yeah, Martin is spot on. It went from basically being, a 3-year-old's drawing in season 1 to an artist who's been drawing and designing for 2 lifetimes. If you think about how many there are a lot of seasons and a lot of episodes in every season, but they're only a few 20 minutes a piece. But I've never seen any piece of media develop so fast.
And just the story, like I said, especially the last 4 shows, just filled in the gaps and everything. Just fantastic.
Yeah, the detail, the quality, the storytelling, everything, just from season 1 to season, whatever it was, 7.
Yeah,
you wouldn't think it was the same show, honestly.
I worked out when I watched Revenge of the Sith. I was watching a bit of it, which I knew then, and then I watched a bit of the animation one, and so it all fitted in. So I'm sure someone's done it on YouTube properly, but
there's so many. Yeah, they've definitely
like a fan edit is there not of Revenge of the Sith where it has the Clone Wars too?
I mean, the last season you could probably miss out the middle story, but obviously the first one's about Bad Batch, and then the last one's actually to do with the whole. Yeah, you got it crosses over with Revenge of the Sith, just really, but more about the clone, how they change, and it blew me away. I was quite shocked.
That scene where they stood around the holo projector and Ash, actually, I was going to say then, Ahsoka walks onto the sort of ship's bridge, and there's like the hologram of Anakin from behind, and then he just kind of sort of turns and looks, and it's like, it's awesome. But but I would say just watch season 7 because it's a fantastic piece of art.
Yeah,
but unless you watch the rest, it won't hit as hard. So you've got to put it on the agenda.
Maybe the last story of season 5 to find out why Ahsoka left.
Spoiler.
I mean, like I know all. I kind of know the story beats of the Clone Wars anyway. Darth Vader's Luke's dad. What? But
what?
I've seen some of the final scenes from the Clone Wars involving a certain clone helmet, and I was kind of like, oh fuck! Like it was completely different to whenever I watched it as a kid, where it's like Ahsoka Tano was annoying, like everyone hated her.
Darth Maul's in his cell and it's, what's going on. It's the music. It's just so honestly,
I do want to watch it. You're hyping
that last four shows episodes. Definitely put as a film. Anyway,
Slurpy,
sorry.
Right?
Going on.
I'm gonna put you in the mood now. Darth Maul is in a prison. Ahsoka is with him, right? Not trying to give too much away. Everything that's going on in real world at the time is running concurrent with it. So at this point, Anakin has become Vader in Revenge of the Sith. It's filmed concurrent, not filmed. It's the timeline is concurrent with that.
Continuously happening.
And Darth Maul and Ahsoka can both feel it, can feel what's going on. And there's this quiet, they're looking at each other, and there's this just kind of this damning music kind of building up.
Yeah, it's the music, isn't it? It's like really done. Oh, yeah.
And it's awesome. That music that I was talking about when I went to the cinema. Remember, I was saying that surround sound, so you could hear sounds you were like in the background of this music.
You know what? If they said they were going to put those 4 episodes on in a cinema, I'd be there.
Oh, mate, it was just.
I think that was the original plan. And then, because it
Damn.
Like an actual good Clone Wars movie, then. Like
the way they started it as well, like when it all in red and that, it's like, yeah, this is almost like they could have done this as the movie. Better than the bloody first Clone movie they did.
Ah, mate,
That's name's Tyler.
I would put those four episodes higher in the ranking of some of the Star Wars films easily. Yeah, definitely.
really?
Yeah.
Is it better than just say yes? No. Are those episodes better than the prequels? Like I've heard some people say the Clone Wars is better than those films.
I would say yes, personally. Those last 4 episodes, yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you like Revenge of the Sith. But yeah, I would say that.
Maybe not better than Revenge of the Sith as a whole, but
No. He said the. Oh, sorry. Did you say the prequels or sequels?
No, prequels. Like, is it?
Oh, prequels. No. It's not as good as no. No, it's better than Clone.
Prequels and that look.
Yeah, no, sorry. I thought you said sequels. Sorry.
It's a snapshot in time covering something that basically all Star Wars fans wanted, and we were never going to get in a movie because they've already done before and after. So basically, it's a snapshot in time of seeing what else was going on during when Order 66 was first called, and what are the lead-ups to that? Because we only saw it from one point of view, essentially, didn't we? So, and that's what they do. They flesh it out. Sorry, guys, I've just realised where we were doing our top. And we will still do yours, man. I haven't forgotten about you.
That's all right. I was just going to say, though, just so it's slightly going up because we're on this, and you've just sort of asked. Yeah, I say Revenge of the Sith. Then I would say that. Then the Phantom Menace, then Attack of the Clones. That would be,
So we've got.
I forgot his mic.
We've fallen back on comments. Right, so Matt Lee, I hadn't realised that you would get 3 GBWs with a badge. Ooh, I would have ordered at midnight if I had. Not that I wanted any of them. Oh, so he's talking about the other GWPs as well. So the non-Star Wars ones. Barbara says 9 minutes.
Talking about the other GWPs. Why is it then? Why is it in America that you have that great big sticker all over it, like with your light bricks, but your GWP with a light brick doesn't have it on it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, going off. Sorry.
Maybe because it's not for sale. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those.
Yeah, but kids can still eat it.
Absolutely. I mean, I make fun of them. Like no offense, but like you guys have battery stickers, like. I don't think we've had Lego sets that have.
No. Or just one on the side. They don't have to put it on every single side, do they?
It's ghastly, but as they say, boxes go in the bin anyway. Like I do not care.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, that's me going up on.
How the hell did I not know that? Just goes to show how. So if I'd logged in, I wouldn't get any adverts. Oaktown. He's asked to join the chat. Oaktown, all I'll say, mate, is if you're still around when one or any of the guys signs off, you're more than welcome to come on. I think if we have more than 4 people on here, we're talking over each other as it is. But if you want to jump on, if and when Martin disappears.
Yeah, I've gone over my time, but I've been really enjoying myself tonight. So.
Oh, thanks, mate. So every other time you've left.
No, I really have. No.
That's a burden.
No, I don't mean that. It must be the guest, see?
Yeah, it is. He's fit, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not. Anyway, shall I do my 3 now?
Go on, then, mate. Go for it.
Right. Well, it's all obvious what my first one is. Being old OT, it's a cell barge. Possibly the best set of our lives.
Did you say you bought this, or you said you're waiting for a
No, mate. It's Chicago, isn't it? Everything stopped at the moment. So
yeah, that's your flight. You'd be riding this to Chicago if that was the case. That's your flight.
But sorry, that is being, it's one of my favourite scenes and stuff. When I grew up, I was a kid with all these, and I just think it looks lovely. I know people moan about the figures, but I ain't got any of them, so it doesn't really.
I think it's
they're all new to me. Well, apart from C-3PO and R2-D2, obviously, I got really shitload of those. But no, it was what I was expecting. When people say, "Oh, it's going to come without new interior or even without," I was like, "No, it isn't. It's going to be like a bloody big giant playset, and that's what it is." And I love it.
And cloth sales as well. Jesus.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see the day.
just in case you get cut short.
Yeah, well, look, we've yeah.
I wondered if anyone was going to get that.
We won't talk about this too much because I think everybody's done the.
But just obviously that was just my I just wanted to say why I liked it. Well, my number 2, well, everyone's spoke about it already, so we'll just quickly go. It was the Star Destroyer. Because like I said, I didn't have one. I know. I agree. I think it should have been a little bit longer. Not too much, but just a little bit. But apart from that, I just really enjoyed it too. Speak for yourself. And my number 3, which is a bit of a shock, actually, I think, because I was like, when it came out, I was like, or coming out, I was like, oh God, really? Are we going to have one of those? When it came out, I really liked it, the way it looked. No, not that one. And that was the R2-D2.
Oh, that's a good
really, one. I really enjoyed building it, and it just looked. When I compared it to the UC, I just thought, bloody hell! Actually, they've done to me. They've done better with a smaller version. And
this is.
And obviously, you get the bonus for the mallet, but that I would have still probably bought it. And then, of course, I mean, I bought it before, but when they were bringing out the CVPO, that would have made me probably buy it even. Even though I haven't got the CVPO yet, because like I said, I'm trying to save up for Chicago. So, but yeah, no, that's my number. And that was a pleasant surprise because obviously when I heard it was coming out, I just thought, oh God, really? And then when I actually saw it, I thought, actually, it looked really good. I got it behind me. And my honourable mention, I sort of split into 2, but I'm going to go for. I was thinking about the Dark Millennium Falcon, but no, I'm going to go for right out of the box, the Onyx Cinder, because even though we don't know anything about it, I just think it actually looks like a good ship.
It does.
I just think it looks a bit different. It's a bit, I know it's grey, but at least it's not light grey.
I'm still based on it. I don't.
And just for the, and I'm thinking about. I mean, like I said, I know I'm trying to save up. But I'm wondering whether, because it's on sale, isn't it? It's quite a bit. And I'm wondering whether to get it now, because if the show is really good, will the price then go up?
Well, it won't retire, but it definitely will be selling for full price, not a discount price. Yeah, that's what I mean. It'll go back up to, I don't mean it to go up. What are they at, like 140? I don't know what that is in pounds. But
I don't know. Well, to us, I don't know. It's about £92 for us, whatever that would be. Yeah, I saw it today for 100, and that's 25% off.
Oh,
they were selling it in Smiths for 92. I don't know if they still are.
Yeah, I was going to say it will go lower than that because that's quite relatively new set, and it's taking that much off straight away because I think it's not selling probably, and you're probably right, man. Though I don't think.
What was the original price of it? Was it 100?
The show comes out in December, I believe. So.
What was the original price? 125. Yeah, and I've seen it for 92 something, 70. Yeah.
I honestly think, and I don't think I'd ever hear myself saying that, but I think the time to get this is now.
Because that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I would agree with you on that.
Perhaps you should have got that instead of the Infiltrator, but I wanted somewhere. So.
But no, you're right. There's some unique features on here that I haven't seen in sets, or if I have seen them in other sets, Star Wars in particular, they haven't all been on.
I mean, I've worked out even if I save a certain amount, that's what I'm saving every month. I've still got enough every month to buy myself one set. So maybe. Or if I get a bit of a bonus in December, but so that's my honourable mention because it's sort of a bit outside the box, and I know we don't really know whether the show's going to be any good or not, but at the end of the day, I still think the ship looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like a bit like the sequels, isn't it? Nobody likes them, but quite a few people like certain sets from it.
So what are the chats saying about the tops? So Nimble's saying sail badge, number 1, Desert Skiff, Clone Droid Battle Pack. Oh, nice mixture there. UCS Interceptor is brilliant as well. So that's his honourable mention, I guess. Muttley's going for Sail Badge, Clone Droid, MIDI Falcon. That is a bit of a sleeper, that MIDI Falcon.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And Muttley didn't get the Sail Badge either, I don't think. Did he? No. Oh, no, he did say he got it. Sorry. Did he get it? I can't remember.
I thought he said
no, he didn't, but he didn't realise.
No, he didn't.
Those were...
Yeah, he didn't get it because...
I find that quite funny when the R2D2 came out and they were saying, oh, it's really strange you got like 2 R2D2s on the shelves. You realise you've got 4 Millennium Falcons on the shelf at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is it 4?
UCS 2 play scales and a MIDI.
Yeah, the UCS one, the MIDI one, the dark black one, and the other plate.
Oh, yeah,
because what do you think us Luke's land speeder guys feel? We have like mini, micro, MIDI, plate scale, UCS, like Russian dolls.
They weren't all available at the same time.
But but I was going to say he's talking about sets that are actually available. But
that's what I mean. Yeah,
is a thing.
So
Oaktown is echoing Nimble, so he's also saying Sail Badge, Desert Skiff, Clone Droid backpack. I can't get on board with that Desert Skiff being even in my top 10. Just can't get on board with it. I'm so frustrated. It's for me.
I mean, I like it obviously, and I'm not going to say no just in case my kids are watching because they bought it for me. I like it, but I just obviously they got it on sale as well, so it wasn't too bad. I just think it was a bit overpriced.
I'll phrase it this way: I like the set, I don't like the price.
Yeah,
I think,
and it's got near none.
If I can find a good,
they have this
20-30% off, I'll pick it up.
What were you saying there, Matthew? Sorry, mate.
I said, and obviously, Matthew, sorry.
They had the seal barge, not the skiff, was it? In there one. Muttley and
no, Desert Skiff, number 2. Mm-hmm. Nimble.
Whoops. I was looking at Muttley, sorry. Whoops.
Yeah, sorry, I just went back because Oaktown said that it's the same as Nimble, so I read it out again basically because I'd forgotten it.
I made my feelings clear about that Desert Skiff. Like you said it before, Coolhan. Like,
wasn't
too many good guys.
It wasn't the price. It was just the fact that there's just no bad guys, and it's like,
we said that, didn't we? Because it was like, oh right, let's bugger off. Then somebody said, but you'll leave Leo on there. Sodder.
I think in the alternate universe where Nien Num is, like, he isn't Lando's friend. You can have him like the Star Wars What If.
The only and probably what Lego's considering a bad guy is the Boba Fett in that, and that's
the
Weequay in there at least.
But he's being eaten by the Sarlacc, so once he's been eaten, they can all bugger off on the skiff.
I think that was it for me. Is the fact that they've got a skiff, but there's no. I mean, I think it's supposed to be a snapshot in time at the point where Luke has kind of melted through everybody, and there's nobody left on there. But anyway, I think
I've said it many a time. Should have had Weequay in either of the sets. Either of the sets should have had Weequay. I can't believe they left him out.
No, you're right.
Yeah, like the Weequay not coming in either one is kind of a miss.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a good job we don't do the bottom 3. I think I'd be lots of hot takes.
Max Speeder, this has been a good, not great year for Lego Star Wars. Definitely much better.
I'm kind of mixed on that. I think it's one of the best Star Wars years in quite a while.
Yeah,
but
I like how they have mixed it in with the Build the Galaxy stuff. To be honest, it's made
the first Lego AP stuff that's actually decent too. Normally, all that Freemaker Adventures and stuff like that from the old days is just Don't watch it.
I watched it. But...
Chronicles.
Well, I did watch it. It's not on there now.
Hot take for me is that I actually enjoyed it. For the Freemaker Adventures, quite fun. I watched it with my daughter though, so I suppose. But yeah, I got a few of those.
We watched it, but they've taken it off now, no? Because it's some, I don't know, something. Yeah, they're allowed to have this. It's something to do with maybe Cartoon Network or something. You'd have to look it up. They got the shorts on there, but not the.
Oh, they don't have.
They don't have.
I thought that was that it aired on Disney XD, like.
Or was it that? It's something. I'm not too sure. You'd have to look it up. But something was. Yeah, that's why it's not on at the moment. Why it's something to do with the license or something.
Just a quick shout out to Nimble. You had to shoot off. Sorry, I didn't catch your message earlier and say goodbye. Try and be here for the whole thing and maybe join in soon. Yeah, Nimble, you're always welcome, mate. Just let us know. We can line you up as a guest. We've got nobody lined up for episode 8, but episode 9, Oaktown's going to be gracing us with his presence. Monday's a difficult day for me. All the best, boys. Catch up soon. Thanks, Nimble. Hopefully you're catching it. You'll see this on replay. And thanks for tuning in. So for everyone in the panel, what the Star Wars movie rankings are. We're not going into Star. You can do that on the chat.
Yeah, we do that.
Do that in the chat.
All day.
Keep that in the chat.
Yeah.
Papa Rex, what's up,
every week.
Papa Rex, how are you doing, mate?
Do you know Papa Rex?
Believe it or that.
Papa Rex's icon for some reason always threw me off. I was like, what is, like, I see it's Captain Rex with the head, but I was like, is that real or is it digital looking? I think it's just
Captain Rex with a T-Rex's head, right?
Yeah.
So it's Captain T-Rex.
Amazing.
Is that Papa Rex, you say? I'm trying to find it now.
Papa T-Rex. Right. Let's have a look.
See it. Must be way up.
So this I've put this as 2 banners, but it's actually all in the same. So it's licensed versus IPs. But I mean, the license versus IP is just a quick question around the panel. And being a Star Wars Lego guy is easy for me but just in terms of what you appreciate. So I do think the Lego is only really around and has only stood the test of time because of the licenses. And I feel like the licenses are the future of the company. And I'm not a fan of any of the IPs. However, that's where I started with, because I'm old enough to remember Lego, to be buying it and getting given it as a gift, but buying it with my own pocket money as a kid before there was any licenses. And, you know, so that means something to me nostalgia-wise, but it doesn't mean enough to me to go back. And I feel like I've got a dark age because it kind of got boring. So licenses, I think, saved the company, did well. So for me, it's licenses all day. But also, you know, once we've done that kind of quick go around the panel, we're going to talk a little bit about what do we want to return, what would we bin off, and what would we like to have made. So while we think about that, guys, what are we saying? Are you a licensed guy? You are an IP guy? I'm going to swap on my chair.
License.
I'm like you, so I started with IPs, not licenses. The licenses didn't come out till 99, so I started 96, 97, somewhere in there. So like I got given, City was obviously my gateway into the Legos. Those were the sets that I was given as a kid for sure, and I grew up on. And then I got into started getting Star Wars sets in like 03 or 04. It's been licenses ever since then.
I think, like I've said before, I think if it wasn't for Star Wars Lego, then I would probably be Lego. I'd have to say license. Even though I have got a few different, you know, I haven't just got Star Wars anymore. That's kind of got me now into other. But originally, So, it's a shame actually, because I was really looking forward to this discussion, but I'm gonna have to get off.
Oh,
because I've got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But I was looking forward to this one. Well, just before I get off, because I don't know about binning any of them, because everyone's got their own taste and stuff. So you know, but just very hot sort of, I don't know, things I would like. One I'd like is a theme, and the other one would probably be just a one-off, like an icon set. Both very British things. I would love to see a theme of Doctor Who. Because they could do so much with that, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, there's 12 really decent doctors. Let's not. I won't go into any more than that. But the other thing I would like, but I think it would be very niche, and it would like be a one-off set, or maybe two. As another British show, Red Dwarf. Love to see a set.
Oh yes,
Red Dwarf.
Yes.
Either red or just like the Starbug. Yeah, something like that with the figures. You could do all the four figures or whatever they were.
They could use a Minecraft head for Crichton. Like they could get off with just.
Or they could do the bunker set inside Red Dwarf. Maybe one or two sets. I'd love that, but I don't think they would. But anyway.
That's actually, I want to watch that actually before the Wars. Like that deserves a rewatch.
Well, they're doing another series, aren't they? So another one.
Yeah.
So I always have from 1988. It just caught me. I loved it. I loved watching it. And again, that was a program that progressed from everything being grey to suddenly being, when the money was coming in, getting better and better. Loved it. And I'd love to see. Do you know of Red Dwarf, Josh?
I've heard of it, but I don't.
Don't watch. No offense, but they did try to do a pilot. Well, 2 pilots in America, and it didn't go down.
It didn't take off.
No. The thing is, as well, the main bloke is supposed to be like a space bum, a bit of a, and of course, in America they use this really handsome. Yeah, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And there's a person who plays a cat as well. It's just it's bizarre. But it's great. But that's
very British humour, isn't it?
Yeah, very. Yes.
It'd be like doing a TV, a sitcom in Britain about an American football team or something like that. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So
but
it's still a great, and a lot of the jokes in it are kind of British based as well, aren't they? So even if you did watch it from anywhere else in the world, it kind of would
it's still
like,
quite sci-fi. That's what I quite like.
Yeah.
The themes are fantastic.
And all the directive stuff they come up with. And,
playing snooker with
what was it? No all sex when wearing a ginger toupee or something else.
Smoking
I always love.
Oh yeah, smoke me a kipper up.
Yes, remember he messed the lineup. Well, Smoke Me a Kipper will be back for summer or Sunday or something. Just fucked it up.
Anyway, sorry. I'm going to go. So you'll probably kick me again. Yeah, it's probably better that way. But I just thought I'd get those 2 in because I've been looking forward to that, and it's like, oh damn, I've got to get off.
What do you want to bin though? What theme do you want to see wiped away?
I don't. Like I said, I don't because just because I don't like something, then it's not. I mean, if I had my own way, I wouldn't have any mini dolls, but but there's a lot of people out there that love them. So, I do think that maybe, for example, say the new the Wicked sets.
Yeah.
What they would do is, it's a shame they would never do this, but bring out a set with mini dolls, but bring out the same set with minifigures and see which one would sell. But I think M&R said the other day people would still go and buy the 2 because they have 2 different things anyway. So, but but no, I don't know. A lot of people want to bin Harry Potter, but then a lot of people still like it. I don't really like binning it really. Like I said, there's things that I probably wouldn't like, but I'm sure believe it or not, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that don't like Lego Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
sure there is.
So right. Anyway, take care. Lovely to meet you. Nice to meet you as well, Josh.
You too.
And if you kick me, Martin, and I'll see you all in 2 weeks. Oh well, no, I'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, you'll see me in less than a week, mate, in person.
Yes.
And we're going to be live streaming the whole interaction.
What are we?
Probably not.
No, you'll be busy.
I was going to say I'll be working for the first couple of hours you're there, mate.
Is there anyone else popping along? Do you know? Is Padawan coming along or?
I don't know. I haven't kept asking people because I think at one point it was like everybody's coming, and then, as I suspected, as the days got closer,
then they heard I was going, and they thought, nah.
No, I just
don't be too hard on yourself.
No, I just think it's one of those things that kind of, went off the boil as the time.
Because I remember you, Matthew, said, "Oh, I don't think you'll be able to make it." And we thought, "Well, no, you live in bloody Ireland. We don't expect you to come over."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, guys."
Anyway,
it'd be great now.
But Josh, in case you're wondering what we're talking about, there's a local brick festival happening sort of in my country or my sub-country of Wales, and Martin is kind of close enough to the border to be able to come across. So we're going to meet for the first time in person. But also, I'm volunteering. I've registered as a volunteer for the event, so I'll get like a exclusive T-shirt and some other bits and pieces. But actually, I have to work as well. So I'm working from 7 till 1.
You might even be able to get 2.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It depends on if that Luke's thingy, that Luke set, if that's up for swap.
Well, that retired set.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're going to meet up in person and try and get some content involved. But obviously, I won't be able to film while I'm working. But after that,
we're in a hotel next year, so we thought we better meet each other.
Yeah. Grab some food, maybe see the sights of Cardiff, maybe pop in the Lego store, a couple other places to sell Lego in town. But Brick Festival Cardiff, we're going to be there on Saturday. Anybody else join in? Let us know. But yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for being with us, man. I appreciate
That's right. I really enjoyed it. It's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed tonight. Excellent.
Good. All right, mates.
Take care, everyone.
Take care. All the best.
You can get out down in now.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to say my IP, and through the Lego, my first Lego set, my uncle got me a Jack Stone set back in like 2001 or 2002. And that's those figures that are like, they're I think a brick taller than minifigures, and you can't dismantle them. They're made, they're like Duplo but not Duplo, like, and
they're like a cross between like a Duplo minifigure and a mini doll.
And I always liked them because they had noses and fingers. Like they were quite weird. But I have a few of them still. But I got my first Star Wars set it was the final duel with Vader and the Emperor. I got that in 2005.
Okay.
And ever since then, I've been one of those guys that's like IP license, but my license has always been mostly Star Wars. But I absolutely loved the original Indiana Jones wave because I was such a big fan. I haven't got any of the 2023 sets yet because it's like I know they're gonna discount even more. But no, I'm still licensed IP. It's kind of split. Some years I buy more Lego IPs like City or Ultra Agents or stuff like whatever it is out at the time, and then some years it's Star Wars. But I just if we get the return bin and made it, I'll express my love for certain Lego IPs. But
yeah, I'm same.
So what we got here, guys, is I managed to find. There was no way. I didn't realize how vast this thing is, but basically, I think what they've done here is they've done all of the categories and subcategories, and then it goes down so far because this is everything.
There's so much, and then it's around about, and then it goes into licenses. Sorry, it goes into licenses there. So Rock Raiders and everything above there is IPs. And like I didn't realize this we had Western Indians and Cowboys. Right.
You had Aquazone. And within Aquazone there was Aquanauts, Aqua Sharks, Aqua Raiders, Aqua Hydra, Stingray. So, and that's spanning over quite a few years actually there, believe it or not. So it's kind of difficult because I don't even remember half of these. I don't even remember some of the ones that were around about my time.
Do you remember Fabulon? Like
yes,
as a kid?
Vaguely. I've got a couple of Fabulon figures here. I mean, if I had 10, 15 minutes, I'd go and grab them. But maybe for the next stream. But I got some Fabulon here. But I didn't know what it was at the time. It was completely different to what it is now. It was a lot less colourful, put it that way. But yeah, even Castle. I mean, I had Castle, but I didn't realize how deep it went. You got Black Falcons, Swordsman, Crusader. Jesus, it goes on. There's even a ninja. There's a ninja Castle.
Oh, that was part of Castle? I thought
it was like the samurai sub theme, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it ran to like 2002, and then Ninjago kind of came in, but it looks like it only ran to 2000.
Yeah, and then
weird.
there's Fright Nights. What the hell is Fright Nights?
I don't know if you remember, but like a lot of like Lego themes, say it says ended in 2000. You could get Lego sets back in the day years after they were, like the year finished. Like the Final Duel, I got it in 2005. That set came out in like 01 or 02.
Oh, that set. I thought you were talking about.
That's the one with the other version was Final Duel 2, Luke, Imperial Officer, and a Stormtrooper, and like they were out years later.
Little $5 sets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm looking at some of these sets, and it's like these themes. Like I remember being a kid, and those sets were still on shelves. But that might have been during the revitalizing period of Lego. Maybe they wanted to keep stuff on longer. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that like there was less fighting for shelf space back then. There wasn't like the products they were making when it came to licenses. Like, I mean, even to like early 2000s, really, Harry Potter and Star Wars were the really only licensed theme. About you get to early 2000s, and then you're throwing in Indiana Jones and other licensed themes that are coming in. But
we talked last stream. We just did it quickly, but 2024, 2014, and 2004, there only was 3 IPs in 04: Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Spider-Man. And I think this year there was 15 or 16. But that's quite generous because some of those IPs, like Wicked, might only have 1 or 2 sets, but it's still branded as its own theme. But then there's icons and ideas sets that are licensed, but they're not their own theme as well. Like it's
you got the icons that are Lord of the Rings and
So everybody, welcome Oaktown.
What's up, Oaktown?
What's up, everyone?
Sorry to keep you hanging there, mate, while we were kind of mid-conversation. But
what are you guys talking about? Sorry.
So we're currently on the subject of Lego IP and licenses, and we're just kind of fleshing out IPs and licenses in general. But the underlying theme is going to be, we'll go around the table and we'll get the chat to hit us up as well. But we want to know what you guys want to return. You can either pick one from each or whatever, what you would like to bin off, and then what you'd like to see made. And that would have to be a license, I guess.
Well, aren't the licenses and the IPs the same thing, though?
No, the IPs belong to Lego, so Ninjago, that kind of thing.
Like Lego's own homegrown themes.
Yeah, so intellectual property is what an IP is. I mean, there may be better terminology, but that's just what we've seemed to cling to over these streams. So
I think they usually say unlicensed versus licensed.
Or an original theme is sometimes how it's worded.
I've probably confused things by saying that, because I think that's just the terminology we've just started using randomly.
Yeah, because when people say IP Lego themes, they mean licensed Lego themes.
Right. Okay. So we'll make it a bit clearer then. So licensed and not licensed. So, I'll start it off because I did have probably a bit more time than anybody else to sort of have a think about it. And
this is something I've been thinking about for years.
All right. Okay. So
really,
what I'd like to see return is a licensed theme, and this is the only ever set that I've gone out and physically bought because I like the set. I have actually mentioned this before, so I won't go on too much about it. But I'm a big fan of Tron. Not as much as Star Wars, but it's it's maybe second or third in terms of sci-fi. Cult phenomenon type things, and they made that light cycle set. Disappointed that it was from the new movie, but obviously it was at the time. But I like that, and I think it's the only thing that I'd be tempted, depending on what the sets are. But if they did a small sort of selection of sets, because I don't think the movies are sort of deep enough in lore for them to release a lot. But even if they did 2 or 3 different, and I can't even remember the names of the ships, but that kind of Space Invader looking type ship that goes around with the long sort of claw arms, that kind of 3-dimensional thing. If they made that'd be cool. Some more figures. Anyway, long story short, if they made Tron sets, even if they just did a handful. I think I'd be tempted to. So I'd like them to do something with Tron again, potentially. But the chances of that are slim to none. So it was more of almost like a wish list. What do I want them to bin off? I just think I couldn't really think of a theme because I don't buy any other themes. It didn't seem fair for me to bin something off that I don't buy into anyway, or and it's certainly not stopping me from, particularly as a Star Wars fan. But I don't like. I think the mini dolls are a bag of crap. I get that Friends only exists to really try and bring females and young girls or whatever into the hobby, which makes sense. Just the mini doll itself, even my daughter, when she was of age, when she was going to enjoy those, she always preferred the minifigures over the mini doll. And they released some of these Disney sort of sets with a minifigure, and then they released, I think it was the Ariel one with a mini doll, and I was just like, what? Consistency's off. So for me, Friends needs to go and take mini dolls with it. But there's not to say they can't have, a female sort of, I think the idea of, any sort of kiddie type line, I think is fantastic. Get them into the hobby.
I think Friends is too good to let it go, though.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's clearly hugely popular, but really what I want to say is I want mini dolls to go, but that's the only theme that I could think of that really kind of, gave me a bit of frustration. And what I want to see made that's never been made, I probably would have said Red Dwarf, but it feels like a cop out now because Martin said it. But I'm gonna let you guys come back to me on that because I think I can think of something better. But yeah, that's me. Anyone else ready to go?
Yeah,
I'll let Josh go because he's been
So if I gotta pick something to come back, I think I gotta go, and I gotta pick two. Because I gotta go an original with. I would bring back Adventurers, and I grew up and I collected so many of those, and like we've gotten some Johnny Thunders in City, which I think is really great. And then I'm gonna bring back Lord of the Rings for a theme.
Yeah.
Play spell sets. All of that.
Right, Adventurers. Any particular one that you like? Because I want to try and see what this looks like.
Okay. Egypt is kind of where those were some of my early sets that I got. So there's a lot of nostalgia. But really, any of those early from like '97 to 2000. Actually, I may have started with Dino Island, but I can't remember.
I just clicked on Adventurers.
5 years after they were supposed to have left the shelf. They didn't sell really well. So I think there's now like a cult kind of following.
Absolutely. Like he was in the Lego movie and all too. Like little Easter egg. You could get him in a set, I think, as well. Was it Benny's spaceship or some set like that? You got like some. You got Johnny Thunder with pupils.
There's a $10 set that came out this year. That was the
It's the one with the
red panda.
Red pandas, yeah. I actually have two of those sets.
I bought that specifically for the thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm like $10. Yes.
Oh, I actually bought two of that set for the bread pandas.
It's a cool piece too.
So like like what's on my white whale kind of list is from this theme is I don't remember exactly the set number, but it was one of the bigger Egypt sets with like it had like the longer kind of Indiana Jones looking truck. Yeah, I think it was like something with
they had so many sets for it.
They do.
Jesus, yeah.
This was like a theme, like a full blown.
It was a full blown theme.
Yeah,
and it only lasted what 2 years?
Really small ones.
Well, it had many iterations. So it started with like Egypt and went into like the jungle. Like in my mind, it's still part of the same theme. And then they kind of had a revitalization in like 03, 04, and they went to like China.
Yeah.
Like one of my first sets was like the Scorpion Tracker, which is like just this little like Jeep with a scorpion. That's all That's all it was. Like,
I just want to see if I can pull up. I was going to try and pull up that set you talked about. So
it's
the one that white whale one. I'll pick up the scorpion one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find them floating on eBay though. Like you get like they do cost a bit.
They do. I found the one I wanted for a decent price, but still like expensive.
Yeah, there's scorpions in that as well.
Yeah.
And then they did.
Doing my head in.
What was the Egyptian theme they did in 2010? We got like some other. Oh, we have Johnny Thunder at. We have Johnny Thunder at home. Johnny Thunder at home was that, but I like that theme though. I did like that.
Yeah.
What was the one you said you were white whale was?
I think it's Oasis Ambush or the Sphinx Surprise. It's
Oasis
down at the bottom.
Ambush. Oh yeah.
Try
that first. Nice to see someone else's white whale and see what Oh, my laptop is so slow. Come on. No, that's just nothing. Well, it's not nothing, but it's not a white whale set really. Well, I could be guessing.
Might be the Sphinx Surprise.
Sphinx Surprise. Where the hell's that? Sphinx Surprise.
Oh, it was right below.
More from the bottom.
Secret Surprise, right?
I think it's either.
Press the wrong one. Give me a sec. Sphinx Secret Surprise.
Or it's the Pharaohs from Britain Ruins, I think. That's sounding like I just can't remember. Yes. No. I think it's
good.
That one's really good. I think it's the Pharaoh Secret. Pharaohs Forbidden Ruins. Right below the Sphinx.
I got it. Yeah.
It's sounding familiar. Yep, that's the one.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's got a hot air balloon in it. Is that a hot air balloon?
Yeah.
Didn't one of the sub themes have a Zeppelin too? Was it the Orient? Yeah.
It was the jungle one. It had Adventure
it was jungle.
Zeppelin.
I think of this when I think of like classic 2000s Lego is the even though I never got any of them. Like I had family that had these sets and it's like
So you got a balloon, you got like a whole sort of fascia of a
you've got
Indiana Jones
structure in there.
You got a broken down vehicle. I can't quite work out what that is in the back. It looks like some kind of little oasis type thing.
Yeah.
And then there's something else here in the foreground. Looks like he's unearthing a little tomb or something. I can't really make it out, but that's quite a girthy set.
Yeah, it really is. I think it goes for that set alone goes for like $1,000 right now.
Oh my god!
I know. That's what hurts about it. I'm like, I want this so bad. Like it was.
This probably cost like $40 back in the day. Like it's probably one of those sets.
It was like
maybe
like 60 or 70, but yeah, like I should have gotten that one. I had that circled in every little Lego catalog I got, but never got it. I have to bin
my laptop's just.
You have to bin something. Like what is it that you see that fills you with rage? Like
I can't even think of the name of the theme. It's one of the more recent original themes. I'm drawing a blank. It's kind of like it's the one that like brought back cloth pieces. I can't think what it's called. Yes, Dreams. And then there are probably people that enjoy that. That's definitely not.
I'm mixed on Dreams, to be quite honest.
That's probably the last. I've seen some of the sets are quite cool, but
I think there was like a lot of hype around it because it's like cool, colorful Lego, and then it's like.
that's an unlicensed, isn't it? That's a Lego
very
owns
bold.
That. Of course they do. Yeah. What am I looking? It's because I thought there was a show, but the show's based on it, isn't it? So, what's happening here now? I'm in the wrong freaking. That's why. It as well, just because I've seen some of the sets look fantastic, and I'm like, wow, somebody in Lego has had the chance to be like, you know what, you're not it. You're an amazing builder, but you can't seem to build anything that looks like what it's supposed to look like. So we're just going to give you office, and you can just build wherever you like.
Yeah,
just go batshit and create like, I don't know, a jack boat or whatever, and go bananas, and we'll look at this stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? But I can't seem to find it in this list. But
I feel like a lot of dream stuff is like when I look at them, it's like it's like going to like Chat GPT or whatever, being like, oh, what does a leaked Ninjago set look like? And it's like, this is what it looks like, just mechs and stuff like. But a lot of the some of the stuff I like, but it's almost like I like it, but I don't want to look at it. Like it hurts my eyes. Like, as you say, come on, it's like just give bricks to someone who doesn't know.
Yeah.
There's a mock aspect to it.
That good of a Lego designer, so you get to design this theme.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know why I'd find more challenging, because I feel like having creative liberty to be able to do something is more my forte when I'm building. But at the same time, it always ends up being something that should exist in the Star Wars Lego universe, or it does. Yeah. So, really, is that creative license? I don't know, probably not. But it is quite interesting to see, like, what you would find more challenging, and in terms of, like, if you were a Lego builder, would you prefer to say, right, this has got to look like this, go nuts, or you can do whatever you like, these are your parameters, so I don't know why I can't find dreams on this list. So is there a subcategory, dreams of something? It's not, is it?
It's not. It's an original thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was just not on the Wikipedia yet, which is weird.
Unless it's
Are these discontinued themes though that you're on, or
it should be all right?
Yeah.
Oh no, Star Wars is on here. Yeah, it doesn't help that my because it's really laggy. But I think we all know what the dream sets looks like anyway. So
it's like
did you, Josh? Have you had all three? Did you answer all three?
Missing if adding in like a theme that hasn't been made before. I lost my thought because I had one just a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with that.
I think that'd be you probably couldn't go with a full-fledged theme. It would probably be like an icon set more. Would be like a King Kong, Godzilla.
Oh
set.
yeah.
Do a skyscraper and include those two as builds, and you're set there.
How they've never done a Godzilla set? Every week there's a new Godzilla film, and it's like that would sell.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's a good one, because I'm a bit of a Godzilla fan-ish as well, so I agree with that. Let's just see if the chat have put anything in. You still with us there, Oaktown? I know you're muted.
Private chat.
No,
he's backstage still.
I can still see him. Yeah. All right. Did I?
I think he left.
I didn't realize
He's
I had. Oaktown, sorry, mate. I didn't realize we didn't. I thought you were just being really quiet. No, wait a second. Is he back?
Yeah. No, so my internet had cut out for a second, so I'm back now.
Sorry, mate. I didn't see that you were sitting there waiting to come back in. My mistake. So,
All good. I guess it's. Have you guys gone through all of your returns?
Let's just see.
Oh, I'm left.
Okay.
No, not. Matthew's to do is you haven't missed anything. I just wanted to see if what the chat is saying halfway through. So, Mudley's going for mission volcano base item number. Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's from
try
the
and pull that
agent.
up in a second. I don't know.
Yeah, agents. Agent had a really good.
Yeah.
Right, let's hold on to your thought there, Matthew. We'll look for Ultra Agents. That's an original theme, isn't it?
Ultra Agents.
That's
from
what
I've
Motley
seen,
wants.
that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Ultra Agent.
There were 3 agent themes. There was
Where does
the
it
OG
come-
one in the 2000s, which I forget. Alpha Agents.
I think I've
Alpha
never seen
Agents.
Agents.
Yeah, Alpha Team, right? I think it was called.
Yes, Alpha. Yeah, that's actually it. Yeah.
I got one of
Love
those
that,
sets as a
Google-
part of Secret Santa.
Oh, they were really cool sets as
Yeah.
well.
Ultra Agents.
I wonder if it's part of the agents theme.
Because there's a lot.
Yeah. That's so much.
You know, in Brickpedia. Let me see if I can help
A lot.
find it.
I personally don't like using Brickpedia.
That's actually back in the day. That's how I looked up.
No, it's the first time.
weird sets.
Yeah, this is the first time I've used it. And I thought, this looks quite in depth, but clearly there's some stuff missing because there's nothing here. I haven't seen nothing here about agents. So maybe I've got this wrong then because I thought it stopped at Star Wars, but maybe it's just all mixed up. Yeah, it is. Look, because bulk bricks. What the hell's that?
It's not alphabetical order or anything.
Wait, Alpha Team. Is that the one you said? No, Alpha.
No,
Agents,
that's.
you said,
Oh, we
no.
were just like discussing kind of like the. I think Motley was talking, and there's like kind of 3 iterations almost, like all Alpha Agents, and then Alpha Team. Sorry, Agents and Ultra Agents. Even though they're not really, from what I can
There you
tell. Like, yes, there it is, Agents.
It's just Agents 2.0. Is that
That's
the
a
only one?
sub theme. I would. Aye.
See what comes out.
Lego, I should say, Cool Hand used to do this thing where, and I'll get to it with my theme that I want to bring back, where you see this still to this day with OG themes. They only last 2 years. Like just 2 waves, maybe a primary wave and then a sub theme the year later. This was a good times here. Yeah, I mind these agent sets so well. But I don't remember seeing them.
What was the one that Muttley said?
It
was Mission 8.
8637 is the set number.
It's like a mountain
Mission.
volcano.
I get it now. I was wondering what the hell you're talking about, Mission. Right, there it is. Let's have a look. Let's see if
Volcano base.
let's pull that. What the hell? Will that pull up a picture or will I have to click on here? Right, here we go. Oh, yeah, that's quite a girthy set as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even that box art.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah, that's nice. Is that like a drone or something dropping? Oh no, it's a helicopter.
Drone warfare.
It's kind of like a cross between a helicopter and those little.
It's dropping a net.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you remember the flying ships that
It's
were
just like it looks like kind of like a hidden bunker.
Incredibles. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it reminds me of something from Marvel as well, like a helicarrier, not helicarrier, but a heli. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, this is quite cool. I like this. This is unusual looking. I mean, it would have been after my time, but I think this is the kind of thing I would have liked to be interested in as a kid. If this, this kind of stuff was around then. Nice.
No, great. It's
nice. Look at the size of that.
Eating well back then.
Gun on there. The gun is like this. Half a person. Yeah. So no, that's a good shout out there, Melly. Let us know if there's any other, sets that are worth kind of mention. So, Slurpy, what do you wanna? Where are you gonna go, mate? Where are you going first?
So I'm gonna kind of do like a combination of two themes, but it really weighs into one more than the other. Same time period as Agents, and that's Power Miners. Also, like Agents, we only had two years, and it was seen as like a spiritual successor to Rock Raiders.
Yeah,
and I still have. I mean, how can I not? I just need to figure out where they're at. But the little rock men, there it is. Power Miners just below Speed Racer and Lego Games, and it's this. I absolutely love the wee rock men. I just want to see if I have one of them here. God, I remember wanting these sets so much, and they were only around for like a little bit. Where is it?
Yeah, it looks like just a couple of years.
I feel like it was a theme that at the time I remember being really well loved. These little fucking guys here. I think I have. Yeah, and these are so cool. I have a few of them, like the orange, green. I think there's a blue one as well. I have. And then they kind of evolved into like lava ones or whatever in 2010. I unfortunately didn't get any of those sets, but I feel like it was a theme that was appreciated at the time. Nostalgia goggles are heavy, but I think what I found really cool was the sets were extremely colorful and like lime green. Like what?
They were.
And the outfits of the miners were like normal blue. Yeah, like. And they had a great. I can't stress they had a great balance of Technic as well, I found. Like axles and to a point where it didn't feel as a kid like overbearing, because like Technic sets as a kid could be quite tedious but these ones were fucking great. And I remember for my 11th birthday getting one of the drills. If I don't actually remember the name of the set, but I don't know if you can go back and if it chooses the sets.
This looks awesome. I love this. I mean, this is a normal Rock Raider guy in here, isn't it? And then that's like a Rock Raider ogre.
Like, I think I still prefer Rock Raiders over this, but like these aren't bad sets.
These are great. Rock Raiders, it seemed to be like not mature, but like this is goofy.
Yeah,
like the cartoons for these were over the top, but yeah, we had so many funny dual faces for the characters too, like. Lava monsters, yeah. Is there a set overview as well at the bottom, or is it? Oh wow,
that's what I'm looking for. There seems to be minifigures, monsters. There you go. So
let's see if I can bring it up. I had.
Oh yeah, this. Green box.
I had the Thunder Driller.
Oh, okay. I only had like one of the small ones of that theme that I got for like selling popcorn, and I redeemed as a prize.
I had a few. I had two wee small ones as well. Yeah, the Thunder Driller was I got that for my 11th birthday, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was like such a even though I was out of that stage of playing.
I think I had like one of the small like drills, grinders. It was like just like an oversized like double saw with like a minifigure and one of the rock guys.
When I think of this theme, the only equivalence I can if I had to describe it to anyone would be, imagine if Monsters Energy was a Lego theme, like that kind of color and energy, like because like I can't. Kalan, you should look at the Power Miners like animated shorts. They were just like, they're annoying but really funny. Like it's just like these characters are over the top, and they came up with the really cool crystal elements that they could eat and stuff like that, and it was quite unique. But I would like to see some sort of theme like that brought back again, maybe renamed or something like that.
You could even do the combination theme and bring back like you have the colorful Power Miners combined with like the old school Rock Raiders into it. I think that would do really well.
Oh, this set was good. Oh,
to me, this looks like not so much the characters, but the sets themselves look almost kind of steampunk.
Yeah. Definitely has that like kind of
like,
with really steampunk, pretty big. I want to say.
Yeah.
Like
what's going on with that helmet? Is that a helmet or a hairpiece?
Yeah, it's a helmet.
It's a blue helmet.
It kind of has like a Star Wars shape.
Helmets like that before. They look cool.
Like
that helmet would have been. I don't think they make that anymore. But I think it was first introduced in the Rock Raiders theme, but it became really well popularized because of it's not a Lego theme, but people would try to make Halo Marines in the mid 2000s, and they would use that helmet. I even used the blue ones and painted them, stupidly painted over them. I think actually maybe all of my blue helmet. I can't find any. I was like, what an idiot, hey. But look, I got enjoyment out of it as a kid. Yeah. At least I didn't paint over the wee rock monsters, but as for a theme I want to get rid of, just because it does make me tremble with fear, but I just get sick of seeing it, and I think I don't want to see it gone forever. Just another break is Harry Potter.
I would agree with that. I feel like that they're rehashing the same sets they did. That 2019, 2020 sets are being redone this year. Like, and I've always been a fan of like if we could alternate years between like a Lord of the Rings and Hobbit and Harry Potter, like 1 year
absolutely
1 year Harry Potter. I think that would do really well. They don't have to be part of the same theme, but like something like that. You're getting
fantasy, like some sort of live action fantasy, and I like that Harry Potter took a break. It was good not seeing it, and then when it came back, it felt fresh, but it's overstayed. It's like a family member that comes to visit at the holidays. Like, you're supposed to leave a week ago. Like, as for a theme I want, it's kind of in the same vein as Cool Hand and Martin, like maybe a one-off set. And I didn't even think of Red Dwarf, but I'm like, Doctor Who, But I thought they'll never do this because I think the film, it's just, they would never do it. But you know the film Akira, the anime from 1988? I would love to see not a full, not that I think they could do a theme, and it's kind of a of course you're going to choose that set, but Canada's bike out of Lego. I don't care if it's small, like like Arten Senna's car earlier this year, a model with it and a small figure, or even a Technic one. I think would be class. I don't know if Lego would stick on all of the advertisers like Citizen and Canon onto it, but I've always found that bike to be just like the coolest bike ever. But But that's my only kind of, and it would be a one-off set. It wouldn't be a theme. I did think, what themes would I like to see? But then it's like, on that, if I'm copping out, but I would have loved to have seen them do like a horror film theme. The horror films like Frankenstein or The Thing.
That
like,
would be cool.
Just be one-off sets for like for films.
The actual horror.
But even like The Mummy or stuff like that. But I'm like, no, that's too. That's not fucking. I'll just say Canada's big. That's what I'll go for.
Yeah,
I might head soon, but
good. I agree with that. That's a cool one.
I need to step out for a second. I'll be right back.
I want to hear Oaktowns before I head on, but I know it's there's so many themes you want to see.
Yeah, well, we're to be honest with you, mate, I'm having a real problem with my audio. I think it's delayed. Like I'm saying this, and then like you guys are not hearing it until a couple of seconds later. So I'm gonna just try and have a fiddle with it, but I'm going to try removing myself and then try and put myself back in, see if it fixes it.
All right.
You know, theme I would love to see them bring back, but I didn't say it because we've seen little bits of it. Would be like Castle, Pirates, and Space. Like we're kind of getting drip fed it a little bit, but
yeah. And I'm with, like, I don't know if you've heard Life Bricks Tyler over there. He always thinks that there should be like a castle theme, and I would totally 100% agree with him. Like, castle is such an ingrained theme that it should like always exist in some form. Like, I remember like the shelves always having castles. That's when I was growing up. Like, always. Like, castle and pirates should always be there.
It's ridiculous to me that aside from Forest Man Hideout and the Lion's Castle, we haven't got a castle theme since 2014.
Yeah,
I think that's even Space as well. We haven't got like other than City.
Yeah,
like
City's been like the only original theme that has really stood the test of time. And it has always been a part of Lego.
Yeah, it's 19. I know that it went through different phases. It went from town to World City.
Yeah, I mean, there's been different sub themes as part of it. But...
It's I mean, I was going to choose one of those three. I'm a space guy, but it's like I feel like that's going to come back eventually. Like but I think in the form of more icon sets and.
I mean, like earlier this year, they did a CMF line. I feel like they're like trying to test the market and see if they can bring it back.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that you sound better.
I think there's still a delay because I asked you guys if I sound good, and then it was like 4 seconds. So there's obviously a bit of a delay there, but thankfully we're coming to the end. But I don't know if Oaktown's going to get back on to do his three, but I thought of something in terms of something I'd like to see Lego do. And it's kind of, there's two, because I forgot until I'd seen that brick list that they did actually do Muppets, but it was only a CMF series. So I would kind of like to see some Muppets sets. But I think aside from that, if I'd like to see something, and even if it's just one set, a bit like the Tron thing, where it's just a representation or a snapshot of the movie and one sort of set that you could put on display with a nice display stand. I'm a huge fan of the movie Interstellar. Don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yep.
And I love the film. It's like one of the only other sci-fi films, apart from Star Wars, obviously, that I can watch over and over again. And I'm going to try and get my daughter to watch it because she's gone really into sci-fi, sort of, thanks to me sort of drumming it into her, if you like. And I'd love to just see that kind of shuttle because it's kind of like the main ship of the series. The shuttle with the, what do you call this sort of robot type things, the ones that kind of roll. Be interested to see how Lego would do that as a kind of minifigure scale-ish little thing. it'd be nice if they do like a 600-foot wave as well in Lego or whatever it is for when they land on that planet. That's probably a bit unrealistic.
I was something they wouldn't do, but that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
They'd never do it. They'd almost never do it. But I just, to see that ship on a little stand with Matthew McConaughey's character, and maybe I can't remember the name of the two sort of robots in it, but one of those robots, is it Tars and Matthew McConaughey's character, either side with a plaque, and then that ship. I don't know. I really enjoy that. I think that'd be something I'd definitely go out and buy. But that's something I'd like to see made that they've never touched. So, but so look, we have got Oaktown lined up for a show, episode 9. But it doesn't look like he's going to get back on. I do want to draw it out before we hit the 3.5 hour mark, because I think we kind of cooked it a little bit. But before we do head off, and unless he does pop back, anybody done any pickups? Recent pickups?
Last Monday I went to Asda, and talking about space CMFs, they still have them. So I'm using the Falcon Brick minifigure app to kind of scan them. Yeah. Actually, no, I didn't use it last week, but I got the Mtron guy finally. I got the Space Crook again, and what other figure did I get? It was another repeat, but I wasn't. I was the Space Imposter. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be heading up again to Asda.
Why did you not use the app?
So the app I was originally using was the Brick Fanatics one, and it just didn't work. And I got home a bit frustrated. I was like, fuck, I just picked a free random. And then I looked, and it's like, there is the Falcon Brick app, which works offline and is instant. There's no delay or anything. And it's like, right, I know they'll still have it in, because funny enough, my Asda had a box with a few left and then a full box behind it. And it's like, the only thing is weird is me just sitting in the toy aisle, squatting down, like scanning and like duds. But I'm going to pick out a few Ice Planet ones because I did like the color scheme of them. But that's next week's pickup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's better than going around with like a little scale and you're checking the weight and you have a chart.
Oh, yeah. You should get an ankle monitor for doing that. Like, it's
doing that.
Drug weighing like in a leg and a toy aisle.
Yeah.
Scratching your teeth. The
one thing you could do is what I used to do when I was collecting. Well, I wasn't collecting before they went into boxes. Is I used to put like the whole CDU unit or whatever you like to call it on like a trolley where the kid sits and push it around. Or my fiance would push it around and do the shopping while I was sort of feeling all the bags. But I suppose you could do the same with the app. So you kind of, and then once you've got the ones you want, then just drop it back. So any kid who's come in the meantime to try and get some while you're going around the whole shop basically misses out. But that's what I used to do. So you don't look like such an idiot just stood in the same place. So
yeah.
I mean, when I went into Asda a couple of weeks ago, a guy my brother knew was behind the till, and I asked him, can I just scan these for 10 minutes? And he's like, I don't care anymore. But you're all about the scales. Quick story. Back in 2009, they did the 10th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, and they had the Darth Vader chrome polybag. Yeah. And that was the story, was people going into Lego stores and toy stores with the scales and weighing sets. I don't know. I'm sure there was a couple of successes, but could you imagine just a guy like, bring down those 10 Endor bunkers? Sit them at my lap here.
Yeah. All right. Last year, the first series that switched to boxes, and like someone had come up with like a chart that you could open up on your phone. It would tell the weight of each minifigure. It was before the app.
Yeah, it was Marvel.
Yeah, I think it was the Marvel one. And so people were going around with scales, and then they had the chart up on their phone. They're weighing their boxes of CMS to try to find the right one. I think it had like a 70% accuracy, which is not bad, but
the apps, it's so much better. Like it's like, it's always been accurate for me. It's just been laggy though this past while, but
yeah,
absolutely Paparex.
I need to go out and get some Dungeons and Dragon CMF.
My favorite set.
Yeah. Galaxy Explorer, yeah, that newer version actually did look quite mint. I think if I'd owned the original, I definitely would have picked that one up and have the two next to each other. But
yeah.
Any pickups yourself, Cool
This is a
Hand?
good job. You know, I always put this on and I don't actually stop and think. No, nothing. I mean, obviously, I'm on a break
budget
because of Brickworld, but also because I've got this Brickfestival as well. So if I do see something there, I don't plan to buy anything, but if I do see something there, like last time I went, I managed to get like a Rogue One X-Wing pilot that was with a kind of microfighter that I'd missed. I just wanted the figure, and I managed to pick up a twin powered car race. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, just you didn't say if you picked up anything.
Not like super recent, but I can show them off. Just some custom minifigures. We have Wolverine skeleton.
Oh yes,
And we had to have Deadpool to go with it. Those were costly though. Ooh.
Let's see those again.
Oh, yep. Knock something over.
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. Oh, we got Anime.
Oh,
Firestar toys, they're in the UK as well.
Yeah.
They're out of the UK.
They are UK based. After the conversion, I know Deadpool was like $50 for me.
Damn. And don't even get a whole figure. It's just full of bones.
Yep.
Crazy.
I'm happy to have it. Probably better than buying the official one at a few $100s.
absolutely. I'm so surprised Lego actually made a Deadpool back in the day though. Like, and it was good for. I actually thought it was a really cool figure too. But I was like, did they really just make that? But
yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, look, we'll draw it to a close. Anybody want to shout out? We didn't get
Mugsy Lad.
Mugsy Lad in the chat. I would have got his name eventually.
I'll shout him out to you. I'll pretend he was listening the whole time.
How about yourself, Josh? Anybody you want to shout out?
No one specific. I mean, other than ACA, which is, that's where we're all from. So they're good. They're a good group of guys over there. And then you got the Discord, of course, where I'm over there occasionally.
Yeah, I don't really bother with the Discord, to be honest. Nothing against it. I just, it's just, I struggle to keep up with chats, and I got so many different ones going on with different groups. I just,
I'm in like
20 different
Discords. Like it's nuts.
I just shit post in it. It's like I'm at work bored. It's like I see Lego memes and like I'll just disagree with people because I'm fucking bored. Like, just it's the chaotic evil in me, but it's not malice or anything. It's just I want a bit of fun.
Yeah. But look, guys. Jesus, Oaktown is back. Right. Sorry, mate.
Hello, everyone.
I missed you again. I just not keeping an eye on all this stuff. It's too much for me. He's gone again. Okay.
No, I'm not gone.
Oh, you're still there, right? Okay. So,
Yeah, I'm still
Oaktown, do you want to do? Did you get a chance to think about? Because we were about to kind of sign off, but
The return bid and made.
Yeah, go for it.
Return. I'd go Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Then
Okay.
Gabby's Dollhouse. Yeah, and make probably DreamWorks stuff like Shrek and Madagascar and stuff from all of those movies.
Why have they not made Shrek?
I don't like. Is it Action Flash has been trying to get that made for like years?
Yeah, it sure was.
I did see. Now that you say that, I did see your comment earlier actually in the chat saying DreamWorks. And I remember seeing that and thinking, oh wow, that's kind of Limitless as well. So yeah.
Yep.
I don't think you'd be worried about Gabby's Dollhouse. It seems I didn't even realize it was a proper theme. I thought it was an Lego's own one, and it's like,
I thought it was just off of the Friends theme.
Yeah, and then I found out. I think Cool Hand, you're talking about last stream that it's like, oh yeah, it's part of some. Oh crap.
Yeah, you didn't know what it was, did you?
Yeah, I thought it was like again, like Josh. I thought it was like the sub theme of Friends. Maybe it was like a Friends side character had her own theme.
Yeah,
but it's an unusual.
It was an unusual one for him to latch onto because I don't feel like it's been. I mean, I'm obviously not got a child that age anymore, but I don't feel like it's particularly popular. And it's kind of like the age group that TV show is based on are the kind of age group that would be not buying Lego and maybe too young to buy Lego. So it's that age group that's kind of too old for Duplo, but too young for Lego. It's just strange that they did that, but I don't know. It's bizarre. But yeah, definitely. That's a good shout, Oaktown. Fair play. Gabby's Dollhouse wouldn't be missed.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Rest.
So do you want to shout? No, I know you've dropped in just before.
What?
I know you've dropped in. I know you've dropped in just before the end, and you're in the middle of doing the dishes, mate. But
yeah, I'm about to.
Have you got any shout outs before you go?
Let me think of a good shout out. I guess I'll say shout out to pretty much everyone, but I'll say support small creators, support independent content creators. Land members are great and all, but a lot of independent reviewers are really struggling. So support people like Jang and many other independent reviewers. I think would be a great shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess anyone specific. I'll say Jang, and I'll also say Crimson and the Jedi Brick. Crimson Toaster 47 and the Jedi Brick. They're good friends of mine. They do some cool content. So yeah, I'll shout them out.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out. Nice. But look, obviously our special guest for tonight, our main special guest for tonight was Fit Lego Guy. Putting in work for quite a time now on YouTube, and I think he's got this desire to be monetized, which I can respect. Don't get me wrong, if somebody wants to throw me a sponsorship, I'm not going to say no, but obviously this was never created for that. This is just created as an opportunity to talk to people and make some entertainment out of it, but I can definitely see and appreciate that the work you've been putting in, Josh, to get there, and hopefully we're all with you on that ride, and we support you 100% of the way. So keep going, and if we can be any support to you, let us know. But thanks for giving up your time in the middle of the day and making all those plans to be here. Really appreciate you coming along. And that is going to be it for tonight, guys. So, Slurpy, thanks for joining me, mate. Thanks for staying till the end, even though you didn't think you were going to. Oaktown, thanks for popping in to
you're welcome.
Cover for Martin and keep us on four heads. And
I guess I'll say I guess just a quick shout out, self plug. Check me out on YouTube especially, but also I guess Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. That stuff too. So yeah, on all platforms, Oaktown Bricks. That's my name on all platforms.
But yeah, check these guys out. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Obviously, if anybody out there in the chat would like to one day or be interested in popping on the show, And a shout out to Muttley, who's probably our most consistent member.
Oh yeah.
But thanks. Great to hang with you guys. Thanks for being here, and appreciate everything. And we're just going to play the outro, and we're going to be on our merry way.
All right.
Josh, any part messages, mate, before you
No, I think that's it.
What we got? What's your next build planned? Live build.
Right now, I think might be my next live is combining 4 of the deluxe box of boys into making one big Octopator droid.
Ooh, right, you heard it first, guys. Look forward to checking that out, and good luck with that build. So thanks, everybody, and see you on the next episode in 2 weeks' time.
All right.
Goodbye.
See ya.
All the best, gang.
Trying to play the outro music, but feel a bit slow.
Where we can chat and talk. Cool Farm Nook would like to welcome all to a cool hangout where we can chat and talk. Cool Farm Nook would like to welcome all to a cool hangout where we can chat and talk. Cool Farm Nook would like to welcome all to a cool hangout.
Is there outro music playing?
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
Cool Farm Nook would like to welcome